Okay, so hi everyone, a very good afternoon. It's not good evening, good afternoon, Krishna, good afternoon, Aditya, good afternoon, Balaji. So I hope everyone is doing really well. And today's class is going to be very, very interesting. We are to cover the entire grammar, the entire grammatical concept, starting from nouns, pronouns, everything would be covered today. And yeah, happy Good Purab to everyone. So hi, good morning, Rahul. Good afternoon, all of you. So fine, now listen very carefully. Uh, Okay, yeah. So it's a very good weather because it's a good Purab also. It's a very auspicious occasion today. So let's cover the very important marathon, which is the half of your weightage of your final examination. That is sentence completion. When I talk about sentence completion, it is about we are to cover articles, nouns, pronouns, tenses. You can say it out as your verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, and conjunctions. So entire everything would be covered in this. So any problem in the previous lectures, any one of you have the problem in the previous lectures, can tell me right now first. So anything before you have any doubt before we initiate with the class. So right now we have done two the previous ones. I hope you have downloaded the documentation. Documentations are very, very important because today also when I'm going to cover the class, many of the rules will be there. The rules of nouns, the rules on verbs, the rules on adverbs, which you might have not heard even a single time. There will be very new rules amongst us to be discussed, right? So that rules, I will cover the most important ones. The minor ones, the least important, I will leave on you to read it out in the documentation. So do not forget to download the documentation, which will be uploaded in the panel also, in the site also, in the Telegram channel also. And I hope you have done the download of the documentation of the idioms and phrases plus one word substitution. So I think we can start with the class today. So till now, we have a 5-weekly schedule. After that, only your vocabulary will be left. Only synonyms and tonyms as a basic proportion will be left. Rest will be done. So right now, we have covered idioms and phrases have been covered. One word substitutions done. And today, it's parts of speech. When I talk about parts of speech, do not get confused that even if you will Google it out, you will see that parts of speech, they are different in number. If I say it out, sometimes in some variations, they have given 6, 7, 8, 9. A basic purpose in parts of speech is the way we converse, the way we speak, and what are the things we cover it out, right? So, good afternoon, all of you. Now, very important thing which I am going to tell you here, everything will be covered. What extra is? Noun is covered, pronoun is covered, interjection is never asked in your examination. So, in spite of interjection, I have taken a topic that is your articles. That will be the very first topic of our today lecture. Article we are going to start with, and articles do carry very important rule. Now, how many articles are there, guys? First, I will tell you the concepts. After that, we have to you don't have to make the notes and all that, but you have to listen very carefully. After that, you have to download the documentation. Last, we have a set of questions with every segment. After articles, a test is there, practice set is there of 3-4 assignments. Similar way, every assignment will be of, I think, 7-8 tests are also there. So listen it very properly. Now, when I come about the articles, article means there are 3 number that we talk about as a determiner also. Article kaun se hote hain? A, an, and D. Now, we have heard about it in the junior classes. A और an कब लगता है? जब हम किसी indefinite चीज की बात करते हैं. मैंने बाजार में और I saw a girl in the market. मैंने एक लड़की को देखा मार्केट में. So that is a girl where I'm not sure वो girl कौन है. So I am talking about something that is indefinite, right? Indefinite आ गया. वही लड़की मेरी सिस्टर की फ्रेंड थी. So the same girl which was standing in the park is my sister's friend. When we become sure about something, then we use article the. So article the marks the definite or the surety. Article a and an they mark something you will say it out as indefinite articles. तो पहले तो आपके definite और indefinite articles कितने होते हैं? Indefinite articles दो होते हैं, definite article एक होता है. And this is also called as a determiners. Determiners भी कहा जाता है इनको. Why we call it as determiners? Because they fix, restrict, or define the noun coming after them. So what they do is they try to determine us something. If I ask you some generic one, you might have heard about it. Let me ask you what we use before apple. Easy ones. We will start with a very basic one. What we use before a boy and what we use before an R. Tell me this first. Apple, boy और R के पीछे क्या क्या लगता है? जल्दी से बता दो. Be very interactive because it's a very easy one. All the previous revisions you have done, the junior classes will be covered, right? नहीं, a and के जगह में the नहीं लगेगा यहाँ पे. It is an apple, a boy, and R. If I talk about dash university, क्या आएगा? Dash university, dash European. What will be there? ये भी बताओ. Dash university, dash European. What you are going to use? So it is a university, a European. Why we say it? हिंदी में बोल के देखा करो. We did vowels in the junior classes. A, I, E, O and U. These were the vowels. पर वॉल हम सिर्फ इसको नहीं देखते हैं कि ई से स्टार्ट हो गया, यू से स्टार्ट हो गया. वी टॉक अबाउट द वॉल साउंड. दैट इज व्हाट मैटर्स टू अस. द वॉल साउंड मैटर्स. आर में आ की साउंड आ रही है, आ की साउंड आ गई मींस इट्स अ वॉल साउंड. उसी तरह से यूनिवर्सिटी में किसकी साउंड आ रही है? य की साउंड आ रही है. यूरोपियन में य की साउंड आ रही है. सो फर्स्ट इज दिस वे वी टॉक अबाउट इज कि यहाँ पे क्या लगेगा? अ यूनिवर्सिटी. When we talk about European, a European, right? So this is something. D nahi aayega. D is used when there is something definite. I have not talked about any particular university. Oxford मैंने नहीं बोला अभी, कुछ ऐसी यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं बोला, तो आप D लगाओगे when you are talking about something very definite. जब तक हमें श्योरिटी ही नहीं है, we cannot use D. So D, leave it aside. We are talking about A and an first, right? So this was the first thing. Here generic it is that what are the articles? They try to determine us something. तो अगर blank में the question comes, fill in the blank with the determiners, with the set of determiners. Do remember that you have to set it with A, and or D, right? उसके बाद आ गया जैसे राहुल wrote a letter on to his sister. मतलब ये examples है कुछ that you could read on your own. कहाँ पे a लगेगा, कहाँ पे D लगेगा, कहाँ पे an, which I've already mentioned to you guys, right? An article can also be used before an adjective if the adjective is followed by a noun. अब adjective से पहले कब लगता है? It is simple way. शिवानी is a beautiful girl. अब मैंने कहाँ पे देखा है beautiful? ब की साउंड आई है, कॉन्सोनेंट को देखा है तो क्या आ गया? ए आ गया. इंटेलिजेंट ई की साउंड आ गया तो हमने क्या लगा दिया? एन लगा दिया. उसी तरह से क्या आ गया? द सीनरी ऑफ शिमला इज अ चार्मिंग वन. तो क्या आ गया? द था, इसमें हमने इसलिए पर्टिकुलर बात कर रहे हैं. फ्रॉम दिस आई रिमेंबर अ क्वेश्चन. टेल मी दिस थिंग, व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन इस? द सीनरी ऑफ शिमला is better than if I talk about Jammu. What is wrong in this sentence? Anyone who can tell me? We are to cover the entire grammatical concept, so tell me the fault which lies in this sentence. The scenery of Shimla is better than Jammu. The scenery of Jammu, exactly. Apostrophe नहीं, apostrophe की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इसमें. इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है? यहाँ पे मैं सीनरी की बात कर रही हूँ, यहाँ पे एंटायर जम्मू आ गया. या तो लगेगा द सीनरी ऑफ शिमला इज बेटर देन द सीनरी ऑफ जम्मू, बट इट इज नॉट. वी यूज दैट ऑफ इन दिस प्लेस, ठीक है. और अगर सेंटेंस होता द क्लोथ्स ऑफ DCM आर बेटर देन कॉन्वेंट, तो क्या लगता है इसमें? व्हाट इज फॉल्ट इन दिस सेंटेंस? द क्लोथ्स ऑफ DCM आर बेटर देन कॉन्वेंट. व्हाट इज फॉल्ट इन दिस सेंटेंस? क्या गलती है? जल्दी से टाइप इट आउट. अब इसमें द प्रॉब्लम इज हेयर वी वॉन्ट यूज दैट ऑफ, वी विल यूज दोज ऑफ, क्योंकि क्लोथ्स है तो क्लोथ्स क्या है, प्लूरल है. व्हेन देयर इज प्लूरल वी विल गो फॉर दोज ऑफ. दैट ऑफ नहीं लगता है, दैट ऑफ इज इन सिंगुलर वन, दोज ऑफ इज इन द प्लूरल वन. तो ये चीज याद रखनी है. ओके, इंपॉर्टेंट वन फ्रॉम दिस सेंटेंस, आई जस्ट रिमेंबर्ड इट आउट. Now here you don't have to go for the deeper one. It's just कि चाहे कोई आर्टिकल है, यहाँ पे एडजेक्टिव था, ब्यूटीफुल इज एन एडजेक्टिव. व्हेन वी आर प्रेजिंग अबाउट अ नाउन, दैट इज एन एडजेक्टिव. अगर हम एडजेक्टिव को भी थोड़ा और ब्यूटीफाई कर देते हैं, दैट इज एडवर्ब. तो एडवर्ब से पहले, सो वी हैव टू गो वेयर द आर्टिकल इज गोइंग टू बी दिस. सो दिस इज जस्ट अ पोजीशनिंग ऑफ आर्टिकल व्हिच इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट मच. Here it lies the most important one. Indefinite article a और an है. Definite article कौन सा आ जाता है आपका, the आता है. यहां तक का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए, whichever I have discussed till now with you, right? Consonant sound, vowel sound already mentioned. A, I, E, O, U, this is the vowel, but we have to talk about the vowel sounds, right? Now here we are talking about article an. An कहां पे लगता है, vowel sound. She gave me an umbrella. Examples: an egg, an ink pot, e की sound. Accomplished, an, क्योंकि अ की sound. उसी तरह से elegant, e की sound. So whenever there is a sound of this vowel, easy one, you have to use an. But here they are telling कि यहाँ पे start these words, they are starting with the consonant. These are the exceptions. But we have to go for an. Honest, o की sound है. R में किसकी sound आ रही है, आपके आ की sound आ रही है. तो that is why used an. Higher we call it out. Higher कौन होता है, हमारा जो successor है, who is the next one. But we don't say it as higher, we say it higher. So higher also carries and with it. So this is what you can do is you can just mark the exceptions. Honest, are, higher, we talked about European, we talked about university. All these carry as an exceptions, right? Not the umbrella. I told you. If I say I hold an umbrella, मेरे हाथ में कोई umbrella है. I didn't mention I had the umbrella जो मेरे father ने दी थी. या मेरे पास pink वाली umbrella है. जब तक कोई definite, till the time I am not mentioning anything definite about anything, we cannot say or use article the. Umbrella can be any. It's not any. I have a particular umbrella, right? So that is why we will not call for this. Similar way, I told you, just remember one thing. I'll tell you in the sentences we will have. You just have to go for the definite and indefinite. Right now, a hotel, right? True one, a hotel, because I'm not referring which hotel we are placing it out, right? So it is a hotel. I'll tell you all the portions where you have to use article A and B or no article at all. Okay. Now go for article A. I've already told you where we are having a consonant sounds with that. So here simple women is there, bird is there, novel is there. You will have, there is no, you can say the consonant sound is there. You will go for article A. So this is just an easy one. Similar way, university, one-eyed. Now just note it down. I'll ask you at the end also. University, a university. One-eyed, ver sound is there. That is why we used a one-eyed man, not an one-eyed man, right? So this is the way we are to check it out. Whenever we speak, just check the sounds of that thing. Now comes a very important portion. Till now, a and an were covered. Now it is where we use article the. The is something definite. Now here I'm going to tell you each rule. Listen it very properly. To refer to specific persons, places and things. If I talk about us, put the book on the table. अगर मैं किसी specific चीज की बात कर रही हूँ, I hold the black marker which was given to the person. You will get an idea, Ravi. I'll tell you how to check if it is definite or indefinite. I'll give you some examples. If we have planet's name, if we have sun, moon, बताओ, I'm giving you a very random example where you will use article the and where you will use nothing. दी कहां पे लगेगा और कुछ नहीं लगेगा कहां पे, किनके साथ कुछ नहीं लगेगा, किनके साथ दी लगेगा. Think about it first on your own before I reveal it out. The sun, the moon, definite है. Planets के आगे क्या लगेगा, the लगेगा, क्या लगेगा, या planet के आगे कुछ नहीं लगेगा. Because if I say about Mars, Earth, Venus, everything, what is there is there are number of planets. We are not talking about something definite. That is why no article with the planets, nothing. Right now we are not using any article with the planet. We are just using the sun, the moon. In very rare books, you will find they are started using the earth also, right? But this is not important one. Right now, they are making some mistakes. We have a simple one where with the planets, no article is used. With sun, the article. With moon, the article. Now, let me ask you one question. What you will use with, if I call about newspaper, that is Hindu. How will you use it out? Hindu. The earth is mentioned in some books, but that is what I'm referring you out. कि the earth कुछ books में mention करना start कर दिया, but planets के आगे कुछ नहीं लगता. That is an exception which is already quoted. The Hindu. What about Arabian Sea? What is Arabian Sea के बाद क्या लगेगा? What we will use with Arabian Sea? Just try to denote it. Think about your mind. I'll just make it a frame that you start thinking it out. The Arabian Sea, right? So whenever I'm talking about something definite, मैंने name दे दिया है, वो एक ही चीज है. We will use article the. Otherwise, we won't go for any article. Clear with it? It is simple one. Good. Next, we have the important one, rule number 2. To refer to singular noun as a whole class. When I'm talking about a whole class, that means if I'm talking about police, if I'm talking about the rose or something like that. So it's simple. I am talking about a group. I am talking about a category. We will go for article the over there. The rose smells sweet. The cow is a useful animal. The whale uses huge quantity of oil or something. When I am talking about the entire concept, we use the article the for a group. So that is why it's a group one. So we will go for article the over there. Descend the earth. Now the earth was mentioned over here. I've written it knowingly to tell you we won't use the earth. What we will use it? We will use only earth. No article with the planets, which is important thing that you need to remember. It will come in the questions at the back. You have to remember this thing, right? Similar way, if I talk about, now see, with the name of rivers, canals, gulfs, straits, oceans, group of islands, deserts. What we use? Article the Ganga, the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, the Maldives, the Andamans, the Thar Desert, the Himalayas, the Alps. So all these things which are just one in number, we don't have any repeat of them. That is not a common noun. That is a non-living thing. We go for article the. What you will use with Mukesh, or if I say it, what you will use with Modi, Narendra Modi and all that, what you're going to use? Which article you're going to use with them? No article. This is something you need to remember when I'm telling about the person, which when I'm talking about a human, you don't have to use any article with a person's name. My name, Shubhya, no article with it. Your name, Rahul, Rajnikant, Balaji, anyone, no article with that name. But if I'm talking about something that is very unique, that is only one in number, that is non-living thing, we will go for article the over there. Now, one important thing which I'm going to mention. With Mahatma Gandhi, which article you will use? Which article you are going to use with Mahatma Gandhi? I'll tell you about name of country. Everything will be covered. Don't worry. Just go one by one so that I can explain it out. With article, what you will use with Mahatma Gandhi? Nothing, no article. But what you will call for Bapu? He's called as a Bapu of nation. What you will use? The Bapu. Why? Because when I am saying it out as an abstract, मैं उनको denote करने के लिए कोई चीज रेफर कर रही हूँ, we will use article the over there. नाम के साथ कोई article नहीं आया, but उनकी designation के साथ we used article the. That is something you have to remember. If I say Shakespeare is, let me give you a sentence which is important. Shakespeare के आगे क्या आएगा? यहाँ पे मुझे sentence भरना. That Shakespeare is known as dash Kalidas of India. Let I give you very simple sentence. Just think about it. Dash Shakespeare is known as dash Kalidas of India. Fill it out. It's important. पूरा sentence लिखना so that I can help you out in that. Tell me fast. Which one? डी कालिदास पर शेक्सपियर के आगे क्या आएगा? नहीं, शेक्सपियर के आगे कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. Nothing will be used before Shakespeare. Shakespeare is the name of person. I told you, no article with Shakespeare. But when I'm mentioning that he is the Kalidas, he is the most important person. So that is, Shakespeare is known as the Kalidas of India. This is something that you have to remember. With the names, no article. But when it is used as some kind of a designation to refer someone in the abstract form, we will use for article the over there. Very good. Okay, so next you have is fifth one, that is the places and all that. Any problem till now? Any problem till here? Okay, great. So next is rule number fifth one, that is with the articles which derive the name from geographical, historical, or political frames. Similar way, when I talk about the Punjab, the this, the when you mention some of the person they mention it out. Just give me a minute. Okay. So let me go for the rule number 6 one. Before the name of epics and religious books. If I talk about some kind of a books and all, so you are to use the article the over there. Whenever I talk about something mentioning a particular book, and I told you with the this article, university, your sound is already there with the university. You won't go for any article with it, right? So your sound is there, so no article will be used with the university. I think I am clear with the doubt number of Rahul, right? Um, Next you have is rule number 6 one. So the Bible, the Quran, the Gita, the Vedas, all these will have article the over there. 7, similar way we talked about the newspapers also, the article will be there with the newspapers. 8th one, this is important whenever there is a superlative degree. What were the degrees? If you remember, we talked about 3 degrees. One was the positive degree, second was the comparative degree, and the last was the superlative degree. So we have got 3 degrees with us. If I talk about, tell me the degrees of good. How many of you remember? The junior classes, we did it out. Tell me the degrees of good. Tell me the degrees of good. Good, better, best. Easy one, right? So whenever we are mentioning some degrees with it, so it is easy and a simple one. Now, let me ask you one more. Let me ask you the degree which we use with unique. Now, this is something you have to remember, and we will do it in the adjectives. What is the forms of degrees in your this unique? Unique के साथ क्या आएगा? No idea. Same. What is there with unique? No, it's not more unique, it's not most unique, it's wrong. Unique, perfect, this thing, excellent, all these things, they are already there in the particular forms. It will be unique, unique, and unique. Perfect, 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 perfect. So don't be confused in this set. What is a unique or difference in beautiful? What is the degree in beautiful? Tell me fast. What will be there in beautiful? Yeah, it will be there in the PDF. We have in this, I've already jotted down. First, it's all about the rules. When we will talking about the adjectives, you will get this idea about the different degrees in the table format will be there. So don't worry, you just have to listen it very carefully till the end, right? Yeah, great. So it is not, it is more beautiful and the most beautiful. That means I have to take one lecture on the degrees also of yours, which are very important. And they do come in the sentence completion also and the spotting errors. So 2 concepts important which to be covered. Now, whenever there is a superlative degree, good, better, best, the most intelligent, the rarest. So when I'm talking about the superlative degree, I will go with the article. With the positive degree, with the comparative degree, we are not going to use any article or all these, right? So yeah, all abstract nouns, they don't follow any particular degree. Before adjectives, now this way, I have told you, superlative degree में क्या लगता है? D लगता है. But when I'm talking about the comparative one, comparative is there. But on both the sides, it will be equivalent. If I'm saying it as the more, the merrier. The higher you go, the cooler it is. The more he earns, the more his wife earns, right? So if the sentence comes to you is the higher you go, cooler it is. You will get such sentence if is there in the spotting errors or something, you will get this sentence, right? So here you have to remember the higher you go, the higher है, higher और cooler के आगे comparative degrees है, आगे और पीछे अगर comparative degrees है तो आगे क्या लगेगा, article D लगेगा, दोनों के side पे article क्या लगेगा, D will be there, right? So cool bro is late to the class, no worries, you just hear it from the right now. We have to solve at the last some of the questions also. Rule number 10 is before adjectives in comparative degree when one of the two is referred to. Suman is more beautiful of the two. Of the अगर आ जाता है तो two people आ जाएगा. This comes very rare. Rule number 10 is very less important. I'm telling you right now which rule is very much important, which rule come as a moderate one in your examinations that you have to remember. Rule number 11, before an adjective which is used as plural noun and stands for the class. Similar way, the police, the poor, when I'm talking about a particular class, the educated people. The educated people, they are well mannered. The illiterate, they don't know how to speak, something like that. When we are referring to a particular class as a whole, we will go for article the over there, right? Rule number 12, before a proper noun, when it is used as a common noun to indicate some special quality. This is, we have already covered. Kalidas is said to be the Shakespeare of India. मैंने आपको उल्टा करके दिया था. It is the right one where we talk about. He boasts. If I say about Virat Kohli is dash Sachin Tendulkar of India, what will be there? Virat Kohli is dash Sachin Tendulkar of 21st century or something, like you will go for the youth. What do you use? Easy one. डी, क्यों डी सचिन आ गया. अब सचिन तेंदुलकर के साथ वैसे डी नहीं लगेगा, बट व्हेन आई एम रेफरिंग सम पर्सन एज द अदर, आई विल यूज आर्टिकल डी विद इट, राइट? Next you have is before a material noun when it is used as a common noun, not much important here. See, rule number 14, the great Gavaskar. When I'm telling not with the name, but मैं उनकी designation लगा देती हूँ. If I say the great Shubhra, the something like that, so you have to use article the with it. If I say the great Rajnikant, the great, the sweet, some other person's name, the sweet Rita or something like that. When I'm taking some abstract noun with the proper noun, you will use article the. The sweet Ruchika, the innocent Navjot, the stylish Kani, right? Next is rule number 15, before an abstract noun when it is used as a common noun. The beauty of Kashmir. जब आप किसी चीज की ब्यूटी को कंपेयर करेगो और that to it refers the beauty आ गया तो पीछे भी the beauty ही आएगा, otherwise it will be that of or those of, right? Before members indicating a position, the first person, the last person, the mediator one, something with the position, you will use this much. Hardly, I think you are left with 3-4 rules. That's it. So it's over. Before a noun, it gives superlative degree, already covered. Superlative degree के साथ आएगा, community के साथ आएगा. कुछ rules repetition में है, abstract noun के साथ आएगा. That's it. Till where you will use article D. इसके बाद कहाँ पे article नहीं लगना है? Only something which is very important is the article portion. I'll tell you in a limelight. You have to learn it out. Before, if I say dash superlative degree, क्या लगेगा? Tell me fast. What you will use with the superlative degree? We will recap. We are going to have a quick recap. Okay, so tell me, the article will be used with the superlative degrees. Okay, let's have a quick recap of all the rules where we are to use some kind of an article. The first is it's about something very specific, very determined. Whenever do remembers, we have 3 articles and we call it as determiners also. When I'm talking about indefinite articles, it is a and an. When I'm talking about a definite article, it is article the. The जब भी आएगा something that is well known, something that is basically non-living thing, something you refer to as an abstract form, or a community you will refer to as article the. You will call all the rivers, oceans, you will call as the 7 wonders, the newspapers, everything, the article the will be there with the profound name of something. Now just a repetition of all the rules. First is specific person, places and things के साथ आपका क्या लगेगा? Article the लगेगा. Second, when I'm talking about a particular community, particular class, we will use article the. Third, before a common noun that becomes unique. If I'm talking about sun, moon, they are unique things, you will go for article D. Fourth is before all the rivers, oceans, group of islands, deserts, you will go for article D. Then as before the geographical, historical location, D article again. The books, I told you article D. Newspapers, D article. Adjectives की superlative degree में क्या आएगा? D article. Then as your before adjectives, when there is a comparison and you have a comma, this is rule number 9 is very, very important. Why I say so? Because in number of examinations we have seen it out. They have a comma in between, there is a punctuation mark in between. You have to balance both the equations. If there is a comparative degree on both the sides, you have to use article D before the comparative degrees, right? Then rule number 10, it is about again when you're referring of the people are there, communities there. Again, the community we are talking about, it is when I'm saying Kalidas is said to be the Shakespeare of India, or if I talk about Virat Kohli is the Sachin Tendulkar of the new modern era, something like that. Then it is all about, this is not important. Yeah, whenever I'm mentioning about some kind of abstract degree over there. And the last is with the last, first, the ninth chapter, anything I'm specifying it out. These were the important ones where you have to use article D. Any problem till here? Yeah, Hiran and all, everyone who is going for the documentation, you want the rules, because I've categorized it out for almost 4-5 books. All the rules have been jingled of every category. It's not only about articles, it is about all the parts of speech. You can download the documentation after that, right? So the documentation will be there. It is there on the Telegram channel. It will be there on the executive number will be there given at the end. You can WhatsApp that person. Even with the panel, it will be attached. So you can have 3-4 categories where you can get the documentation, right? So any problem regarding documentation would be solved later on. Now, omission of articles where we do not use any article. Now, after this segment, there's a test. So listen it very properly till the end, the first segment. Then we will pause and go for the next time. Not a quiz time right now. 1-2 things are left. You have to do it right now. कहां पे आर्टिकल नहीं लगता है? प्रॉपर नाउन के आगे कोई आर्टिकल नहीं लगेगा. जैसे मैंने बोला मोहित के आगे, रोहित, कोई भी नाम लगा लो, दिव्यान is there, Ziol is there, Tamanna is there, any name, we are not going to use any article before it. Second is, now very important thing, if I say dash English is my favorite language or is my favorite subject, or if I say dash English fought with dash French, कहां पे क्या आर्टिकल लगेगा? You have two things, first and second, to explain you this thing. Dash English is my favorite language. Second is dash English fought with dash French. क्या आएगा? The French, no article with first, with second. Think about it. Try to write first. Tell me this one. Dash English is my favorite language. It's not like that. You have to understand. When I'm talking about some kind of a language, it can be English, Punjabi, Hindi. We are to use no article before it. As a subject, no article. But if I say is the English fought with the French, that means I'm talking about the community. जो English लोग हैं, अंग्रेजों ने French के साथ लड़ाई की. So that is why when I say it out as a collective, you will call it out. As a community, you will call it out. Or the people I have to refer, that is the difference. अगर कहीं sentence पे आपके पास दो चीजें आ जाती हैं, एक आ गया English, एक आ गया the English. डिफरेंस क्या आएगा? यहाँ पे हम लैंग्वेज की बात कर रहे हैं, दी इंग्लिश में हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं. So this is something you have to remember. When you talk about a community, when you talk about some people, you have to use article D. When you talk about some language, English, Hindi, Punjabi, mathematics, philosophy, any subject you have to mention, no article will be used with that language, right? Or that subject. So important one. Next, you have rule number 3. That is, whenever I say I'm traveling with my mother, I'm traveling with my father, I'm traveling with someone, or you will use no article. You cannot use a mother, you cannot use the mother. You will use no article with such things. Similarly, if I say I went to school today, I went to church today, I went to hotel today, you won't use a or the over there till the time. The is there for mentioning some kind of a particular name. But if I'm not mentioning, you will simply say, I went to hotel today, I went to church today, I went to temple today, mosque today, something like that, Gurdwara. You won't use any article with that. Okay. So next is This one only I told you. College, school, hospital, bed, church, prison, jail, gas. इनके आगे कोई आर्टिकल नहीं लगता है. Rule number 5, no article before plural nouns if there is nothing specific about them. Women who think, drink, make bad mothers. Scientists believe in rational thinking. अब इसमें सारी community को नहीं mention करते हैं, right? So it is half of it. That is why. Noun है, you can say it out, not the noun one, because we are not talking about any community over there. So this is the reason we are not mentioning any article before them. Next is this is not important one. You can leave this one even. And then you have as no article before nouns acting as subject complements. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was elected president. Rohit became principal. Designation अगर एक बार किसी ने जीती है, any person who has just won a designation for first time, no article with this. He was elected as chairman of the panel or something. He was elected as president of India or something. When he is elected for the first time, no article. When he is elected twice, thrice, or number of times it is mentioned, you will use article D with it. So remember, this is also very important because I think this sentence came that the person was elected as new chairman of something and the people started the new chairman. That is the wrong one. Okay, so you have to remember it out. Now comes the quiz time. Everyone ready with the articles? What kind of articles are there, where you use the articles, where you don't use the articles? One more thing, I'll mention it out. कोई भी म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स आ जाते हैं, you are to use article D with that, right? Violin, guitar, something, sitar, any musical instrument, you are to use article D with that. Breakfast, lunch, dinner के साथ क्या use करोगे? What you are going to use with breakfast, lunch and dinner? Now this is something on understanding. No article. Why? Because I cannot say I had the breakfast. कोई मेरा particular breakfast नहीं है. I had breakfast. You guys had breakfast. That is very common. Nothing specific. So no article will be used. Very good. What will I use with the, if I say, I went to church. Which article you will use with church? Let's have a practice and then the set of questions for quiz time. What you are going to use with church? Church के साथ क्या आएगा? No article. Good. What you are going to use with Mars? Mars. Okay. What are you going to use with guitar? Guitar के साथ? D Mars is wrong, Balaji. I've already mentioned. Planets के साथ नहीं आएगा कोई article. ठीक है? Guitar के साथ D आएगा, Mars के साथ नहीं आएगा. What you will use with the most beautiful? What you are going to use with most beautiful? Tell me. The most beautiful. D आएगा इसके साथ. ठीक है? तो when it is degree है, superlative degree है, so that is we are going to use article D with it. कुछ rules है, थोड़ा इसको बाद में download करके explain. I will explain to you and you have to just ready with the quiz time. All of you are ready with the quiz now? Yeah, it's very easy. For specific planets too, no, there's nothing. Whenever there are planets, they are more in number. You don't have to use any article. Something that is very specific, you have to use article D. More you practice the questions, it will be clear to you. Let's go with the quiz one. And this is the one, first one. Now, all of you, I'm giving you 2 minutes for that. You have to mention all these together. Like in a single one, you have to mention. I saw dash snake in dash grass. The dash boy ran across street. So mention it accordingly. Start with all this thing. All together, you have to mention it out to me. I saw dash snake. No, just mention it together so that you can check it out how many of you are scoring out of 10. Do it fast. We keep it 2 minutes for that. And then you have to check it out how many of you scored out of 10. Total together. The very first test. None of you have done it till now. Fast. जल्दी से कर दो, क्या आएगा? Let me do the very first with you. If I don't know how many of you are doing it correct or not. I saw dash snake in dash grass. This way I started with the entire lecture. मैंने एक बाजार में एक लड़की को देखा था. तो I saw a girl in the market. I saw a snake in the grass. मुझे नहीं पता snake कोई particular तो नहीं है. That is why I saw. I used a article. D क्योंकि मैं किसी particular चीज की बात कर रही हूँ. यहाँ पे मैंने एक snake को देखा था और इस place पे देखा था. That is why D with it. So good. I think Mayuri answered the first one right. Then it is Ziol is already done. Okay, great. Dash boy ran across dash street. So similar way it will be there. A boy ran across the street. Mark your weightage. Out of 10, how many of you are scoring how much? Just check it out by the end. Next is I have weighted. Similar way we have done it out. Sound कौन सी आ रही है? Wall sound आ रही है. तो क्या आएगा? An R आ जाएगा. It is dash old house. Old है, O की sound है. So similar way, an old house, right? Dash moon is shining. I told you this is something particular. You have to say the moon is shining in the sky. I need dash book of verse. Now this is what you will use in 6. Let me check how many of you. D नहीं आएगा. It is मुझे book चाहिए एक वर्ड्स पे चाहिए. जैसे मैं बोलूं मुझे book चाहिए poetry पे. You go to a shop and you ask, I need a book on poetry. I need a book on no, or I need a novel. You don't know which kind of book you need. You're not mentioning any name. So this is important. This is a will be there. And many of you might be mentioning this wrong. 7th you have is there is a big tree in the front of the house. And then you have 8th one. Delhi is the capital of India. It is an airy room. A book on the table, or you will call it out here. This is something important one. Dash book on table is new. क्या लिखा है सबने? I'm not able to see anyone doing 10th till now. 10th नहीं किया किसी ने अभी तक? Anyone who can tell me about 10th? This is something different because मैं किसी particular book की बात कर रही हूँ. That is dash book on dash table is new. The book on the table is new. The book on the table is new. Very good. So how many of you scored 10 out of 10? Then we have a next one more quiz is there. A book नहीं आएगा because when I'm talking about something specific, मुझे पता है वो book नहीं है. So that means I'm referring to something specific. That is why I used D with that. Okay, 7, 9, 8, 7. Okay, great. So approximately if it is more than 50%, it's good for you because next round you just improve your scores with it, right? So I think first is done. Let's have one more, and this is also important one. ये बहुत easy है because ज़्यादातर इसमें क्या है something particular you are mentioning, but do it nicely, do it fast. Something particular you are mentioning about. Take your 2 minutes and answer all the things together. Okay, so this is very simple one because most of it here, article D will be used if we will check it out, right? So this is one I'm leaving it out here. The Asia is the big continent. Refer particular, similar way, D aa jayega yahan pe bhi. The Punjab is the land of 5 rivers. The time has big reputation. The Narmada, the Tapi. Similarly, we have done it out. ये भी हमने किया था अभी. Seas के बारे में किया था. The Vindhya separates the Gangatic from the Deccan. Whenever I'm talking about, अब इसमें क्या आएगा 7th में? What will be there in 7th? 7th में क्या आएगा जल्दी से बताओ. Seventh is no article. Very good. Because there is a name is there, you don't have to mention. They started at the Pacific from the top of the mountain. Because here you have to mention something particular. The west wind beacons the Mediterranean from the summer, and also the article over here. The Times has a high reputation. The Times has a high reputation for reliable news. The Punjab is, even if some places there is no article also or these also there, is the land of five. How many of you did all together correct? Because it was very easy one, very easy with the formulations and all that. So what was the score in the second round? Then you're half of this. I am in Singapore. What is there in the sentence now? Ravi left Singapore. That was there. Yeah, great. Okay, so I got it. Good sense of humor. Right. So 10 out of 10. Right. Nice. Kiruba is there. Kiruba, you're attending class for the very first time? 7, 10. It was very easy. I told you whenever there is something definite, and most of the things here were definite. That is why I just formulated one where it's a generic one. Second test where you have half of the things which were already there in the rules. That is why I say you rules ko bahut achhe se ek baar check kar lena, and most importantly you will be able to cover it out, right? So any problem till articles. These are the, whenever you download documentation, solve it on your own. There is a set of answers that are already provided to you, right? So first half is done. First topic we have done of the parts of speech. Any problem in articles, then we are going to move with the very favorite and the foremost topic we used to do in our junior classes, and that is the noun one, right? So how many of you are attending the class for the very first time? Anyone over here? Any doubt till there? किसी को किसी चीज में डाउट है? Any doubt till here? Great. Now let's start very quickly with the next one, and this is your nouns. What was a noun? How would you define it out? Noun क्या होता था? Name of any person, place or thing. कोई भी चीज आ जाती है. Proper noun, abstract noun, material nouns, connective nouns. You don't have to remember the categories which were attached. Now, I'm not talking about the categories. Why? Because it won't come in the examination. Generic ones you need to remember. Like in adverb case, it is important to remember that verb of manner, time, quality, because there the rule is based on that. Only thing which is going to be covering in your examination, we are going to concentrate on it, right? So name of any person, place and thing, generic one that you have to remember as the nouns one. Now in nouns, there are number of rules attached. Ab rules kaise kaise hain? Let's talk about the very first one. Some nouns always remain in plural form. अगर plural form में है तो मतलब plural verb लेंगे अपने साथ. These nouns have no singular forms. अब जैसे बात होती है scissors की. If I talk about scissors, if I talk about this thing, this is already there as a plural. Scissor क्या आता है? दो चीजें इकट्ठी आती है. Spectacles, two things come together. Assets, इनका कभी भी सिंगुलर फॉर्म नहीं होता. असेट नहीं होता, आर्म नहीं होता, अमेंड नहीं होता, आर्काइव्स, अनेयर्स. तो दिस इज समथिंग यू कैन रिमेंबर इट आउट दैट यस this is your R ones or something. If I ask you a sentence, my spectacles dash very costly, क्या आएगा? इसके R. My spectacles dash very costly. Is costly or are costly? No, that is R. If I say spectacles, मैं एक आंख पे नहीं डाल रही ना, दोनों पे डाल रही हूँ. I told you about this thing. This is already spectacle नहीं होता, spectacles ही होता है, पीछे से S लगा ही होता है. So here you are to use article the R with it. If I say you the similar one, where dash my scissors, क्या आएगा? Where dash my scissors? Scissors कहाँ है मेरे? तो क्या आएगा? My where dash my scissors? Where are my scissors? Okay. Let's ask very easy one. Ram asked his mother, where have or where dash his shorts? Shorts dash is what? Shorts के साथ क्या आएगा? Common sense अब. Where are my shorts? No, where are my shorts? अब shorts के साथ भी क्यों आ रहा है? I told you, this is something that you need to remember. Whenever there's something that is there and both the eyes are there, both the legs you wear the shorts, simple one, spectacles you're going to wear and these things. So this is very simple. These things carry the plural verb with it. So such are your outskirts are there, spectacles are there, tidings are there, tongs, vegetables, valuables. So just have a reading on it when you will download the documentation. Clippers hote hain, clips hote hain. So similar way girls, they do wear the clippers and all that. So what you are going to wear in is article the. It is not about the and leave it aside for some time. Now you just have to concentrate. It's not about couples. It's not about people. The couples are. यू विल कॉल इट एज अ ग्रुप. तो दी कपल्स आ गए तो कम्युनिटी आ गई. उसी तरह से याद करना शुरू. दी कपल्स मतलब एक कपल की बात नहीं हो रही है, तो ज्यादा ग्रुप की बात हो रही है. और कपल्स क्या आ जाएगा, दी कपल्स का हो जाएगा, आर लग जाएगा. ठीक है. सो दिस इज समथिंग यू कैन गो थ्रू दिस. पैंट्स हो गए, ट्राउजर्स हो गए, गैलोज हो गए, क्लिपर्स हो गए, आई ग्लासेस, गॉगल्स, बिलोंगिंग्स, बाउल्स. इन सबके साथ क्या लगेगा, या तो आर लगेगा, या हैव लगेगा, या वर लगेगा. तो ये तीन चीजें हैं जो इन आर्टिकल्स के, इन चीजों के साथ लगेगी. विल कम टू टॉक अबाउट मैथमेटिक्स. इसमें देखो मैथमेटिक्स वाला नेक्स्ट ही है. मैथमेटिक्स या कोई भी चीज आ जाती है उसके साथ इज लगता है. आई थिंक हु जस्ट मेंशन्ड फॉर मैथमेटिक्स राइट नाउ, cool bro, yeah. So whenever some nouns they look plural but they have singular meaning. जो पहले तीन rules हैं nouns के, you have to revise it out कौन से words किस category में लगते हैं, right? So there are some words, so that is some nouns look plural in form but have singular meaning. Physics हो गया, यहाँ पे आपकी mathematics हो गई, ethics हो गए, billiards हो गए, any of this. News is there. News is या फिर news are, क्या लगता है? न्यूज के साथ इज लगता है या आर लगता है? टुडेज न्यूज इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, तो वो हम क्या करते हैं, न्यूज के साथ इज करते हैं. मैथमेटिक्स के साथ क्या आएगा, मैथमेटिक्स इज माय फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट. और यू विल कॉल इट आउट. if I talk about ethics, you need to learn ethics. Ethics is very important. Ethics has been obtained by our parents or something like that. So this is something you have to formulate it out. इन चीजों के साथ आप क्या लगोगे, हमेशा सिंगुलर मीनिंग देते हैं और सिंगुलर वर्ब लगता है. नो न्यूज इज, ड्रॉट्स इज, इकोनॉमिक्स इज, एथिक्स डिमांड्स. So in this way you are to use article is with it. Now tell me the difference. How many of you remember dash English और the English में क्या फर्क था? जल्दी से बता दो क्या डिफरेंस था दोनों में. What is the difference between English and the English? Let's see who answers first. What is the difference between these two things? What is the difference between these two? Language and good. The English means the people. Good. Next is some nouns they look singular but have plural meaning. कलेक्टिव आ गया. जब कलेक्टिव की बात हो जाएगी तो उसके साथ क्या लगेगा, हमारा प्लूरल वर्ब लगेगा. ठीक है. तो जब कलेक्टिव की बात हो रही है देन वी यूज इट आउट. कैटल हो गया, इन्फेंट्री, जेंट्री, ये सारे वर्ड्स है. कैटल, क्लर्जी, इन्फेंट्री, पोल्ट्री, पिजेंट्री, चिल्ड्रन, पुलिस, ये सारों के साथ क्या लगता है, either we use it are, either we use it were, or we use it have. So first three in nouns they were just a revising learning one for you, right? It's not about any logic because whenever we speak it out it's just formulating कि कुछ words हमें, अब mathematics है, देखने में s लगा हुआ है चीजों के पीछे तो हमें plural लगेगा, but it's not the case. It's counted as a subject. तो subject की तरह counted है तो एक चीज आ गई. people है, people means लोगों का झुंड, जो ऑब्वियसली क्या आ जाएगा, लोगों का झुंड है. द पीपल आर स्टैंडिंग तो आर लग जाएगा. स्पेक्टिकल्स, दिस इज देयर, ऑल यू विल कम इन दिस. कैवलरी ऑल्सो इट विल कम इन द प्लूरल कैटेगरी ओनली. ठीक है. तो प्लूरल में कलेक्टिव आ गया ना जहां पे, वहां पे आपका आर लग जाएगा. क्लियर. इसके बाद आ जाता है अब सिमिलर वे फोर्थ. सम नाउन्स आर ऑलवेज यूज्ड इन सिंगुलर. दीज आर अनकाउंटेबल नाउन. आई नीड सम पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. नॉलेज इज अ लिटिल नॉलेज इज डेंजरस थिंग. तो ये वर्ड्स के आगे क्या लगता है, इज लगता है. बेसिकली नाउन्स के रूल्स बहुत यू विल कॉल इट आउट एज रोट मॉडिफिकेशन वाले, रट्टे वाले हैं, कि आपको तीन चार रूल्स जो नाउन्स में दिखेंगे ना, इट विल बी लाइक कि कौन से वर्ड के आगे क्या लगना है. दैट्स इट. अब मैं पूछती हूँ पोल्ट्री के आगे क्या लगेगा, व्हाट यू विल टेक विद पोल्ट्री? Poultry. Poultry. It's not a tricks. I'll tell you. More we practice through the questions, it will be done with through this side. Poultry के आगे क्या लगेगा, जल्दी से बता दो. अभी तक हमने 3 रूल्स किए हैं. यहां तक पहले हमने किया था कुछ वर्ड्स हैं जो प्लूरल फॉर्म में लगते हैं, वो प्लूरल वर्ब लेते हैं अपने साथ. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट हमने लिया था कि कुछ वर्ड्स जो हैं आपके प्लूरल दिखते हैं पर सिंगुलर मीनिंग लेते हैं. थर्ड हमने किया था जब हम ग्रुप की लेते हैं, दैट इज प्लूरल जो मीनिंग इन्फेक्ट करता है, ग्रुप आता है उसके साथ आर लगता है. पोल्ट्री था, पोइट्री नहीं था, पोइट्री नहीं है, इट्स पोल्ट्री. एंड पोल्ट्री के साथ क्या लगता है, आर, बिकॉज इट्स अ ग्रुप. कैटल के साथ क्या लगेगा, आर लगेगा आपका. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स दे विल कैरी आर विद इट, राइट. नेक्स्ट वी हैव द फोर्थ वन व्हिच आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड. इन सब चीजों के साथ द सीनरी इज वेरी ब्यूटिफुल. माय फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट इज पोइट्री. वेयर इज द फर्नीचर ऑफ द हाउस, प्लीज गिव मी अ पीस ऑफ एडवाइस, ठीक है, पीस ऑफ एडवाइस होता है, एडवाइसेस नहीं होता. देन इज आई नीड सम इंफॉर्मेशन, इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इसके साथ इज लग जाएगा, हेयर के साथ इज लगता है. लैंग्वेज, वी मस्ट लर्न, लैंग्वेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द कम्युनिकेशन. तो ये सारे वर्ड्स आ जाते हैं. द मोर यू स्पीक इट आउट, लैंग्वेज इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर कम्युनिकेशन. Please mind your own business, business is kept to be with your own. Some things, some lines are like this, you have to use it. Article is with this. Knowledge is very important. Where is the crockery of the house? Where have you kept the luggage needs to be there. So इन सब चीजों के साथ क्या लगता है, सिंगुलर नाउन लगता है हमारा, जो अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स है. अब ये सारे क्या है, अनकाउंटेबल है. हेयर को आप काउंट नहीं कर सकते, लैंग्वेज को काउंट नहीं कर सकते इन दैट रन, नॉलेज को काउंट नहीं कर सकते, एडवाइस को काउंट नहीं कर सकते. रिमेंबर इट लाइक दैट. व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स, यू विल यूज आर्टिकल. व्हाट यू विल यूज, अब मैंने आपको 3 कैटेगरीज बोली है. थर्ड आ गई, फोर्थ आ गई, एक आ गई आपकी अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स की, एक आ गई आपकी ग्रुप वाली. पहले तो मुझे इसका बता दो, किसके साथ सिंगुलर वर्ब लगेगा, किसके साथ प्लूरल वर्ब लगेगा. रिमेंबर इट लाइक दैट. अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स के साथ क्या लगेगा, सिंगुलर वर्ब के प्लूरल वर्ब. अनकाउंटेबल नाउन सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, हेयर से स्टार्ट करो, क्या लगेगा. व्हाट यू विल यूज विद अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स. You don't have to forget collective nouns. Uncountable, अब देखो ज्यूरी है या कैटल है, कैटल क्या होता है, आप काउंट कर सकते हो, पोल्ट्री, मुर्गियां काउंट कर लो जाके, हर्ड ऑफ जो शीप है काउंट कर सकते हो. सो दैट इज बेंच ऑफ ज्यूरी, ज्यूरी के मेंबर्स को काउंट कर सकते हो. सो दैट कम्स एज अ कलेक्टिव वन. ठीक है, अब इसमें कैसे याद रखना है, जो अनकाउंटेबल नाउन्स है इसके साथ हमेशा सिंगुलर लगता है, जो ग्रुप आता है, कलेक्टिव आता है, उसके साथ प्लूरल लगता है. सो दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट लाइक दैट. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वी हैव एज फिफ्थ वन, या सम नाउन्स हैव सेम फॉर्म. अब ये चीज आ जाती है, अब कई क्लासेस में, जूनियर क्लासेस की अगर आप बच्चों की बुक्स देखते हो, दे हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग फिश का प्लूरल फिशेस, डियर का प्लूरल डियर्स, बट दैट इज नॉट नेसेसरी. फिश को फिश में भी रखोगे ठीक है, शीप को शीप रखो, यू विल कॉल इट आउट. हेयर का हेयर्स नहीं, चिल्ड्रन का चिल्ड्रंस नहीं होता. अब ये कुछ वर्ड है, मेनी टाइम्स आई हैव सीन मेनी पीपल टॉकिंग, पीपल्स आर स्टैंडिंग, चिल्ड्रंस आर स्टैंडिंग, ये नहीं होते वर्ड्स, दीज आर द रॉन्ग वर्ड्स which we use it out, right? तो ये ज्यूरी हो गया, फिश हो गया, क्री हो गया, इसका एस नहीं होता, ये इसी फॉर्म में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. देन यू हैव, अब ये चीज है, whenever I'm talking about पेयर है, 2 पेयर ले लो, 2 स्कोर ले लो, 2 ग्रॉस ले लो, 2 स्टोन, 200. एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ, 100 रुपीज इज के आर. मुझे 3-4 क्वेश्चंस बता दो, इससे क्लियर हो जाएगा. 100 रुपीज डैश स्मॉल अमाउंट, क्या आएगा, इज अ स्मॉल अमाउंट के आर अ स्मॉल अमाउंट. 100 rupees is a small amount और 100 rupees are a small amount, is लगा. ठीक है, चलो मैंने 100 का कर दिया 200. 200 rupees is a small amount के are a small amount. अनूप R कैसे हुआ, is होता है, 100 rupees है, चाहे. अब कोई भी ये कहना क्या चाहता है, what is there in rule 6-7, ये रूल्स जो आ जाते हैं आपके इंग्लिश के, 200 rupees के साथ भी is आएगा, 300 हो जाए तो भी is आएगा. मतलब आपको नंबर पे नहीं जाना है. This is something, whenever there is a number, you don't have to, even if I say it out, 2 kilometers dash a long distance, क्या आएगा, वहां पे मैं 200-300 की बात कर रही थी, 2 की बात कर रही हूँ, तो क्या आएगा, 2 kilometers is के r is आएगा. ठीक है, तो 2 किलोमीटर इज. अगर मैं बोलती दिस केक 2/3, डिवाइड दिस केक इन 2/3, या 2/3 ऑफ द केक, तो भी इज आएगा. मतलब दे ऑल वांट टू से इन दिस रूल इज कि चाहे कोई भी चीज हो, डजन हो, कुछ भी हो, 3 डजन बोलूं, 4 डजन बोलूं, 5 डजन बोलूं, 500 बोलूं, 200 बोलूं, 300 बोलूं, या फिर उसी तरह से 1000 में बोलूं, मिलियन बोलूं, 3 मिलियन, बिलियन, सबके साथ क्या आएगा, इज आएगा. मैथ्स का नंबर डिपेंड नहीं करता है कि आर लगेगा पीछे. ये मत सोचना 500 है मतलब आर लग जाएगा, नहीं, 500 है तो भी इज ही लगेगा. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट विच इज देयर इन रूल 6 ऑल्सो. एंड एक पीछे रूल आएगा, उसमें भी यही चीज है, फ्रैक्शन वाला. ये देखो, ही गेव मी 1 रुपी एंड हाफ, 2 रुपीज एंड अ क्वार्टर. मतलब अगर सिंपल है या फिर फ्रैक्शन के साथ है, कंबाइन करके इज लगेगा. न्यूमरिक मैथ्स में कंफ्यूज मत होना, इंपॉर्टेंट वन. नाउ कम फॉर दिस वन, 7th वाला. ये सिर्फ इतना बता रहे हैं, अगर आपके पास नाउन है, फिर प्रेपोजिशन है, फिर नाउन है, मतलब NPN रूल है. नाउन preposition and noun, इसके पीछे is लगेगा. Step by step is, town after town is, मतलब कोई भी चीज है जिसमें आपका रो अपॉन रो, रो क्या आ गया, नाउन आ गया, रो क्या आ गया, नाउन आ गया, अपॉन क्या आ गया, preposition आ गया. ये this is you have to use with this was is or has with this thing. So this is a rule. Whenever there is a slang, was where was is written, it's just an example because town after town was devastated, it's a past sentence, that is why they have written was with it. If it is town after town is in devastation state, that is why it is just on the tense formulated. I'm just giving you an example. Here was is written, either was can be there, either is can be there, or either has can be there in such sentences which follow noun preposition and noun rule with them. Clear? So this is just an example. Noun, preposition, noun. NPN rule, just check it out. Prepositions कौन से होते हैं ये हम सारी बाद में discuss करेंगे. Eighth already explained to you. Ninth is in the same way. Some they have common gender. Now if I talk about worker, writer, author, professor, something like that. नहीं, adjective before adjective there's no rule. It's always under some basis also. Adjective after adjective क्या होगा? Cool bro, it will be like girl, beautiful girl. It's not a sentence even. Preposition के basis पे we do speak sentences like step by step, page after page, word by word. Repeat after me word by word. So that is word by word is important. These are some things we do use in conversation. Noun, adjective, noun, there is no rule like that. Okay. Now coming to important concept, this rule number 9, where we do not know the gender of someone. If I say it out, lecturer, professor, doctor, how will you denote she is a female one or he is a male one? When we are not clear about the gender of someone, which gender you have to take into domination? Anyone who can tell me, feminine or masculine? If I say a doctor must perform dash duty, his के her duty क्या आएगा? A doctor must perform dash duty, his duty. Very good. So this is the rule which I'm telling it out. Doctor, I'm talking about doctor, I'm not talking about the gyno. Gynes are also, males are also there, so it's not like gyno is female. That's a wrong one, Anu. So it's like worker, writer, author, politician, student. Student can be girl also, student can be boy also. जिसमें हमें डोमिनेशन नहीं पता है of the masculinity, sorry, of the gender, we take masculinity into domination. If I ask you one easy one must perform dash duty, what will be there? Beautiful boy. This is just beautiful boy is there. Adjective और noun है. अगर मैंने बोला रूल था noun preposition noun, पीछे भी फिर noun आना चाहिए ना. Beautiful तो वो आ गया, adjective आ गया, तो उसके बाद noun आ गया, बात खत्म हो गई. ठीक है? Good. If I say you one must, अब 3 sentences दे रही हूँ, उसको ध्यान से करना. First is doctor must perform dash duty. दूसरा sentence है one must perform dash duty. तीसरा sentence है doctors must perform dash duty. 3 sentences है, rule number 9 खत्म हो जाएगा इससे. Many of the rules which are important. जल्दी से बता दो क्या आएगा आंसर. Easy to target. Tell me fast. His duty, one's duty, this is wrong. Third one is plural. Plural आ गया तो क्या लगता है? Their duty. तो उसके केस में, थर्ड के केस में क्या लगेगा? Doctors must perform their duty. There is to category. अब डिफरेंस क्या होता है? There और there में जो there होता है ना वो रेफरेंस करता है जगह को. THERE वाला होता है इधर उधर, there. That is what we use it as THERE. THEIR वाला कौन सा होता है? जो रेफर करता है कम्युनिटी को, पीपल को, राइट? तो इसमें आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? हिज आएगा इसमें, क्योंकि मैस्कुलिन जेंडर इन डोमिनेशन. वन है, वन वाले सेंटेंसेस हमेशा वंस कैरी करते हैं पीछे, और अगर प्लूरल है तो देयर आएगा. तो दिस वाज एन इंपॉर्टेंट रूल व्हिच यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट लाइक दैट. एंड लेट मी फ्रॉम देयर, मुझे ईडियम याद आया जो हमने लास्ट क्लास में किया था. व्हाट वाज द मीनिंग ऑफ हेल्टर स्केल्टर? एनीवन हु कैन टेल मी? हेल्टर स्केल्टर क्या होता है? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ हेल्टर स्केल्टर? Here and there. What is the meaning of the word if I call it out? Burning midnight oil. Burning midnight oil. Burning midnight oil. जल्दी से बताओ. Let's see who check it corrects it out first. Rajni answered right. Hard work, right? Uh, what is the meaning of the word greenhorn? Greenhorn क्या होता है? What was greenhorn which we did? What was greenhorn? Novice. Great. Okay. What is the meaning of the word tyro? Tyro. Tyro क्या होता था? What is tyro? Tyro किसको याद है? Fresher. Tyro is also fresher. What is the meaning of getting out from the wrong side of bed? Getting out from wrong side of bed? Sad. It's not sad when you have a very boring day, when you are not in a good mood, bad mood. Very good. What is the idiom that you use for your favorites? Rakhi Sawant or Urfi Javed? What you will use it out? Which idiom connects with the two beauties of your favorite? Rakhi Sawant and this yellow press. Rajnikant answered the first. Which idiom is attached with the Arjun Rampal? Arjun Rampal. What idiom we attach with him? Which idiom did you attach? Straight face. It's not straight, long face. No emotions. Long faces there, right? Okay. Which idiom did you attach with Kareena Kapoor? Which is the idiom that you attach with Kareena Kapoor? Last one. Then we are going to say narcissist. Very nice. So that was narcissist. What is the meaning of the word telltale? What is the meaning of the word telltale? मैं अपनी फेवरेट हूँ, राइट? इट वाज बाय करीना कपूर. ग्रेट. टेलटेल क्या होता था? टेलटेल वाज नॉट फॉल्स स्टोरी. टेलटेल इज नॉट फॉल्स स्टोरी. व्हाट इज इट? Yeah, the one who cannot keep the secret within himself, right? So telltale is जिसके पेट में कोई बात नहीं बचती. So that is the person we call it out as telltale. Good. Let's come back to this now. Some nouns are used for specifically for women gender. अब bachelor आ जाता है तो basically हम ये mention करते हैं like they are feminine gender. Blonde is there, maid is there, midwife is there, virgin is there, coquette is there. This is the category which we commonly go for feminine gender. But bachelor और virgin ये masculine और feminine gender में भी आता है. This is the least asked questions, but you have to check it out, this category. Like if I say Ram is a bachelor, Sita is a bachelor, Ram is a virgin or Rehna is a virgin. So these are the words which are there in the contrast, right? Now this is important one. Apostrophe के बारे में बात करते हैं, ठीक है? Apostrophe में बहुत लोगों को confusion होती है, and this is the last category of the nouns. Then again, a noun test will be there, right? So let's go with the next. Who answered most of the girls they are narcissist? What was the answer, Aditya? That was a very wrong statement. I'm a feminist, right? So you can form the possessive case of singular noun that ends in s by adding apostrophe alone or by adding apostrophe and s in the following examples. आप देखो, अगर कोई सिंगुलर आ जाता है नाउन जो s के साथ एंड करता है, अगर मैं बोलूं बस, तो बस के साथ क्या आ जाएगा? ये चीज पहले ही किसी के पीछे आपके s लगा हुआ है. यू हैव टू जस्ट पुट एन अपॉस्ट्रोफी आफ्टर दैट. इस तरह से नहीं होगा. दिस इज अ रॉन्ग वन. सो whenever you are making a possessive case of a singular noun that ends in s by an apostrophe alone or by an adding an apostrophe and s in the following example. The buses seats are very comfortable. The bus seats are very comfortable. तो दोनों चीजें हो जाती है. The film crew accidentally crushed the platypus eggs, और या फिर आप कर सकते हो पीछे सिंपल apostrophe लगा लो. Very simple hack is whenever the word ends with s, you just have to put an apostrophe. After that, your thing for apostrophe gets cleared. ये spotting errors में भी बहुत important है. ये आपको पीछे भी sentence completion में भी बहुत questions सीखेंगे. You can form the possessive case of a plural noun that does not end with s by adding apostrophe. अब जैसे मैंने क्या बोला था, बस है जिसके पीछे पहले ही s लगा है, उसके सिर्फ इस तरह से apostrophe लगा देना है, right? His sound, exactly. अगर आ जाता है कोई चीज है, चिल्ड्रन है, जो s के साथ नहीं एंड हो रहा है, उसमें हम अपॉस्ट्रोफी इस तरह से लगाएंगे. ये दो चीजें पहले हमारी स्टार्टिंग के दो रूल्स है. नेक्स्ट जो आ जाता है थर्ड, जहां पे पहले ही s के साउंड के साथ you can form the possessive case of plural noun that does not end in s by adding an apostrophe. अब उसी तरह से dogs है, dogs पहले ही plural है, इसके पीछे apostrophe भी इसी तरह से लगेगा. मतलब जो चीज एस के साथ खत्म हो रही है ऑलरेडी, चाहे वो सिंगुलर में है प्लूरल में है, हमने सिर्फ पीछे क्या लगाना है, इस तरह से सिंबल लगा देना है। जेनिटर्स है तो पीछे से क्या लग जाएगा, सिंपल सिंबल लग जाएगा, ठीक है। और अगर मैं बोलती हूं, अगर एक वर्ड आ जाए, बॉय आ गया, तो इसमें इस तरह से लगेगा। दिस इज अ फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ डिफरेंस कि कहां पे पीछे लगता है और कहां पे सिर्फ एक ऑप्शन आएगा। जहां पे डू नॉट यूज apostrophe with possessive pronouns, his, जैसे अभी बोला था किसने, who told his, cool bro, his, hers, yours, mine, ours, its, theirs, इनके साथ कोई apostrophe नहीं लगता है। when I'm talking about possessive cases, we don't have to use any apostrophes. प्री एंड पोस्ट में क्या डिफरेंस है? व्हाट प्री मींस पहले, पोस्ट मींस आफ्टर, तो इट इज जस्ट टू टाउस। जैसे अगर मैं बोलूं बॉयज है, प्लूरल है पहले ही, ठीक है, पहले ही इसके साथ एस आ चुका है, तो मैं पीछे सिर्फ ऐसे अपोस्ट्रोफी लगा दूंगी। अगर बॉय है, सिंगुलर है, मुझे अपोस्ट्रोफी लगाना, तो कैसे लगाऊंगी, इसके बाद में पोस्ट लगाऊंगी, सिंपल। अगर हिज है, पहले ही हिज, हर, इसके साथ किसी के साथ अपोस्ट्रोफी नहीं लगता है। अगर एस की साउंड आ रही है, जैसे अगर मैं बोलूं यूजर, अगर टाइटल है, टाइटल में सिर्फ लास्ट में लगता है। सन इन लॉज, ये क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है, सन इन लॉज है यहाँ पे, सन इन लॉ, सिस्टर्स नहीं आएगा, डबल अपोस्ट्रोफी भी इकट्ठा नहीं आता है। एंड यू हैव टू सी जहां पे डेजिग्नेशन स्टॉप होती है उसके बाद आपका लगता है। सो दिस इज विद द टाइटल्स, टाइटल्स में सीधा टाइटल के लास्ट वर्ड के साथ लग जाता है अपोस्ट्रोफी। देन इज अवॉइड डबल अपोस्ट्रोफी, वाइफ, सेक्रेटरी, गलत है, कट्ठा कट्ठा अपोस्ट्रोफी कभी नहीं आएगा। So never use two apostrophe combined state. Then you have apostrophe is s with used with anybody, nobody, everybody, somebody, someone, everyone. तो इनके साथ क्या लगेगा, चाहे ये words हैं, इनके साथ सिर्फ इस तरह से एक s लग जाएगा। everyone's, everybody's, anyone's, तो इनके साथ सीधा पीछे apostrophe s लगेगा। Till now, any problem? Now let's have a quick quiz time that is based on nouns. So till now, see, in 1 hour we have done already 2 portions. One was your articles, which was an elongated one. Nouns छोटा था, nouns में कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं है. Just you have to remember some words related to it, right? So let's start with the first one now. ये सारे एक एक करके लिखते जाओ. We will discuss it out. इसमें आपको करेक्ट करना है पहले मुझे, करेक्ट द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस, राइट? So let's see who answers the very first one, right one. Her hairs are curly. क्या आएगा? इसके टेस्ट के लिए तैयार हो जाओ, काफी एक्सरसाइजेस हैं, क्विज ऑफ दिस वन। क्या आएगा? His hairs are curly. Hairs नहीं होता, फर्स्ट थिंग तो पहले यही चीज याद रख लो, hairs कभी नहीं होता, her hair is curly। तो आंसर क्या है? आई थिंक हु आंसर्ड, राहुल आंसर्ड इट राइट। इसमें आंसर क्या आ गया? हर हेयर इज कर्ली। पूरा पूरा सेंटेंस लिखना कमेंट्स में, सो दैट इट बिकम्स इजी फॉर अस। गो फॉर द सेकंड वन। सेकंड में क्या आएगा? आर एल्डर्स गेव अस मेनी एडवाइसेस। अब मैंने ये चीज करवाई थी, एडवाइस सेंटेंस क्या बनेगा? इसको प्रॉपर सेंटेंस में करो, इजी होगा आपके लिए। पूरा सेंटेंस क्या बनेगा? एडवाइसेस नहीं होता है, अगर मुझे ज्यादा एडवाइस चाहिए तो मैं क्या करूंगी? पीस ऑफ एडवाइस, ठीक है? तो इट इज गेव अस पीस ऑफ, एडवाइसेस नहीं होता रजनीकांत, एडवाइसेस इज नो वर्ड, यही तो तुम्हें याद रखना है। एडवाइस ऑलवेज कम्स इन अ सिंगुलर वन, लेकिन अगर मुझे बोलना है ज्यादा बंच ऑफ एडवाइसेस थी तो गेव अस मेनी पीसेस ऑफ एडवाइस, ही गेव मी पीसेस ऑफ, गेव अस पीस ऑफ एडवाइस, वेरी गुड। तो मेनी पीसेस ऑफ एडवाइस, राइट? तो इसमें ये चीज आ गई। थर्ड वन, आई हैव मेनी वर्क टू डू। आई हैव मेनी वर्क टू डू, आई हैव वर्क टू डू नहीं आएगा, मेनी नहीं आएगा, मेनी इज रॉन्ग। मेनी की जगह क्या आएगा? मेनी की जगह क्या आएगा? much. Many is for countable one. I have many pens, I have many combs, I have many you will call it out as scissors, something like that. So I have, इसमें क्या आएगा? I have much work to do. Good. Fourth one, Sight has sold all her furnitures. अब मैंने बताया था पीछे क्या वर्ड होता है? Sight has sold, Sita has sold all her furniture. Very good. Krishna answered it right. Furnitures नहीं होता, furniture होता है. Good. Next, fifth one, ये भी तुम्हें easy लगेगा. She gave me information about this bank. क्या आएगा? She gave me, right? I think furniture वाला सबको आ गया. Go for the next one. Information. She gave me information about this bank. Good. Informations नहीं होता, information होता है. Go for the sixth one. The sceneries of Himachal Pradesh are very charming. ये भी हमने किया था. पहले तो ये करोगे, पूरा सेंटेंस लिखना, क्या लिखोगे, क्योंकि ये हमने पीछे डिस्कस किया था. पोइट्री होता है द सीनरी. वेरी गुड. इसमें सीनरीज नहीं होता है, सीनरी होगा, और इसके पीछे आर की जगह फिर क्या हो जाएगा, इज हो जाएगा. ठीक है. द सीनरी इज वेरी चार्मिंग वन. गुड. नेक्स्ट इज द पीपल्स आर वेरी हार्ड वर्किंग. द पीपल्स आर हार्ड वर्किंग क्या आएगा? द पीपल्स आर हार्ड वर्किंग. व्हाट विल बी देयर? The people are. S नहीं लगेगा. The people are hardworking. Very good. Go for the next one. क्या आएगा? Peoples नहीं है, people है. The catties are grazing. Cattles होना था यहाँ पे. Catties नहीं होगा. Catties is the wrong word over here, I think. Cattles होगा. Cattles are grazing in the field. क्या आएगा? The cattle are. Cattle यहाँ पे CATTLE. Good. Go for the ninth one. Ninth कर दो. I want a paper. गलत है कि ठीक है? I want a paper. I want a piece of paper. Very good. Zial answered it right first. I want a piece of paper. Piece of advice, piece of paper. Good. I bring fruits and vegetables from the market. अब ये बताओ मुझे, it is important. I bring fruits and vegetables from the market. Let's see how many of you think about it. Right state. नहीं, I के साथ brings नहीं आ सकता. फ्रूट एंड वेजिटेबल. वेजिटेबल नहीं होता, वेजिटेबल्स तो बोलते हैं, फ्रूट होता है. देखो, आई ब्रिंग फ्रूट आएगा, फ्रूट्स नहीं होता, और वेजिटेबल्स ठीक है. तो आई ब्रिंग फ्रूट एंड वेजिटेबल्स फ्रॉम द मार्केट. राइट. सो दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ये पीछे के बेस्ड भी था, मैंने लिखा भी था ये चीज. ठीक है. गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन. यू मस्ट कंटिन्यू योर स्टडी. क्या आएगा? यू मस्ट कंटिन्यू योर स्टडी. व्हाट विल बी द सेंटेंस? None of you answered studies. Good. You must continue your studies. These news are false. These news are false. Yours नहीं आएगा. क्यों yours क्यों आएगा? You must continue your studies आएगा इसमें. Your studies. ठीक है? These news are false. Fake नहीं. This news is. बोला था ना, news के साथ R नहीं होता, is होता है. They go to Agra during the summer vacations. क्या आएगा? They go to Agra during the summer vacations. Vacation. Very good. Vacations नहीं होता, vacation होता है. Her spectacle is very nice. Easy one, I think. Some of the sentences are very easy one. Went नहीं आएगा. देखो, we are just targeting. पहले तो यही सोचो, हम nouns को check कर रहे हैं. Nouns में गलती आएगी, राइट? स्पेक्टिकल्स आएगा. वेरी गुड. नहीं, इसमें दीज का नहीं है. न्यूज तो होता ही सिंगुलर है. पीपल्स नहीं होता. अब दीज पीपल, तो पीपल्स नहीं होगा ना, पीपल ही होगा. 14th में क्या आएगा? दे गो टू आगरा ड्यूरिंग समर वेकेशन हो गया. ठीक है. हर स्पेक्टिकल्स इज वेरी नाइस. शी हैज अ 20 रुपीज नोट. कोई गलती है इसमें? है कोई गलती? 20 रुपी नोट. वेरी गुड. 20 रुपी नोट आ गया. अब ये थे कुछ डिफिकल्ट वन. एक और एक्सरसाइज करनी है इस पे. एनी एक्सरसाइज मोर, बिकॉज आई हैव सम पेपर. ये आपके सॉल्यूशंस है. एक और करनी है. आई थिंक वी हैव 3, 4 and 5 exercises with us, or we can go with this one. Spotting errors सीधा करें. बोलो क्या करना है? एक एक्सरसाइज इस पे करनी है या सीधा स्पॉटिंग एरर्स इसके नाउन्स के प्रैक्टिस? बिकॉज नाउन्स के जो ज्यादा आते हैं. ओके, लेट्स गो फॉर वन मोर फर्स्ट. आई थिंक go for the second one only then. Okay, do this one. He got only passing mark. पूरा पूरा सेंटेंस लिखते रहो, फिर इसके बाद एक स्पॉटिंग एरर का कर लेना. नाउन्स के ज्यादा जो आते हैं ना आपको, बहुत कम एग्जाम्स है जिसमें एक सेंटेंस की तरह होगा. हाँ, स्पेक्टिकल्स ऐसे होता है, उसमें स्पेक्टिकल लिखा था ना, दैट इज व्हाई. हर स्पेक्टिकल्स इज ही आएगा, हर स्पेक्टिकल्स इज, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो स्पेक्टिकल, सॉरी आर आएगा उसमें, इज नहीं है, गलत है, ठीक है, सो आर है उसमें, द आंसर वाज रॉन्ग ओवर दैट, राइट, गुड कैच। नेक्स्ट, इसका करना स्टार्ट करो, फर्स्ट वन, ही गॉट ओनली पासिंग, क्या आएगा इसमें, मार्क्स आएगा, इजी, पहला तो इजी था। सेकंड, राम वॉज ट्रू टू हिज वर्ड्स, राम वॉज ट्रू टू हिज वर्ड्स, एक एक करके करो, पूरा पूरा सेंटेंस टाइप करो, टाइप द फुल सेंटेंस, ट्रू टू हिज वर्ड, ठीक है। 10 miles are a long distance, 10 miles are a long distance, what is wrong over here, 10 miles are a long distance, is a long distance, I told you, जितने मर्जी माइल्स कर लो, जितने मर्जी किलोमीटर्स कर लो, जितना मर्जी जो मर्जी कर लो, इज ही लगेगा, कोई भी मैथ्स की फ्रैक्शन बेस्ड है। दे वांट 2 dozens एप्पल, क्या आएगा, दे वांट 2 dozens एप्पल, 2 dozen एप्पल, गुड, इसमें एस नहीं लगेगा। आई वॉन्ट 2 pairs of white shoes, I want 2 pairs of white shoes, easy, see this is the way, when I told you about na, ye words yaad kar lo, more you practice it in the questions you will remember it out, 2 pair hota hai, pairs nahi hota। Rahul has finished 2/3 of his work, इसमें कोई गलती लग रही है, Rahul has finished 2/3 of his work, 2/3, good, 2/3 of his work, very good, I think Balaji had the very nice one, good। Next, the chair legs are broken, the chair's legs are broken, गलती है इसमें कि ठीक है, अब आप लोगों ने बहुत टाइम इंग्लिश टीचर बोला होगा, राइट, सो मेनी अ टाइम ये एक फ्रेज है जो गया था, यू माइट हैव सीन शी इज माय इंग्लिश टीचर, शी इज माय हिंदी टीचर, राइट, ये बोलना ही गलत है, दिस इज अ रॉन्ग वे टू स्पीक, इट्स नॉट इंग्लिश टीचर, हिंदी टीचर, मैथ्स टीचर, फ्रेंच टीचर, नो, this was an informal way of speaking, it is always she is the teacher of English, she is the or he is the teacher of maths, teacher of होता है, उसी तरह थे legs of chair होता है, chairs legs बोलना गलत है, right, so this is a wrong usage and very important one, because we often speak in the informal slang and that is what we expect in the formal writings also, but even if it comes as English teacher, teacher forms and all that, that is all wrong one, okay, so next, go without, good night, I am so glad to meet you, what will be there, go for the 8th one, इसमें बहुत कॉमन सी है, इसमें कोई गलती नहीं है, बेसिकली इट्स लाइक गुड नाइट, आई एम सो ग्लैड, जब हम किसी को मिलते हैं, नो, whenever we meet someone, whenever you greet someone, do you say good night, I'm so glad to meet you, or you say it out, good evening, I'm so glad to meet you, what is the difference, so see, this is a based on your humor one, common sense one, so this is always good evening, I'm so glad to meet you, whenever you leave you say it out, good night, whenever you meet someone you won't call it out as good night and you are meeting someone, so that is a wrong reference, okay, so yahan pe good night ki galti thi, there is no space in the car, kya aayega, there is no space in the car, अब ये कुछ सेंटेंसेस हैं जो आपको बेसिक है, वर्ड यूसेज पे आते हैं, स्पेसेस नहीं होता, देयर इज नो रूम इन द कार, ओके, स्पेस का नहीं होता है, इट्स ऑलवेज रूम इज द वर्ड, इफ आई से, लेट मी आस्क यू वन क्वेश्चन, द डॉक्टर dash pulse of the patient, what will be the answer, they're not the irrelevant ones but they do come, like if I say it out in sentence correction it comes it out, before car mein kya galti hai, where one, there is no space in the car, space nahi hota, room hota hai in the car, the doctor checked se bhi better aa jata है, option felt aa jata hai, so do not speak a lie, isme kya galti hai, do not speak a lie, tell me out at this one, do not speak a lie, सारा में ऐसा नहीं, फेल्ट आएगा, डू नॉट स्पीक अ लाई, क्या गलती है, इजी, You felt you're good in English, but what happened then? Do not tell a lie. Easy one, right? अब कुछ चीज होता है see और देखने में, अगर बोलते ना see, and if the person was just you can say it out looking, see और look words में भी different आता है. So these are some usage problems which do come, and that is already there. In one video previously I have shared those words जिसमें सिर्फ miscellaneous होता है. They come very rarely, but only come in those examinations which they have a ranker quite tougher. Yeah, in airport authority it's quite generic one, तो इतना tough तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं आएगा. They will be never in so tough, the space won't be there. She left for Delhi by 8:30 o'clock bus. इसमें क्या गलती है? She left for Delhi by 8:30 o'clock bus. क्या गलती है 11th में? 11th में क्या गलती है? अब इसमें ओ की गलती अपोस्ट्रोफी वाली गलती नहीं लग रही आप लोग को? अपोस्ट्रोफी की मिस्टेक है यहाँ पे, राइट? So that is she left for Delhi 8:30 by bus. This is wrong one. Go for the 12th one. One of his son is a teacher. One of his son is a teacher. What is that? इसमें क्या गलती है? One of his. अब ये देखो one of his है ना, जब भी one of आ जाता है उसके पीछे क्या लगेगा? प्लूरल लगेगा. तो one of के साथ sons लगेगा. इनमें से एक. This is one of the best days of my life. It's not day. आप क्या कर रहे हो? एक चीज चेक कर रहे हो. One of the best people, right? तो बहुत ज्यादा ग्रुप में से एक चीज निकाल रहे हो. So that is आपके पीछे क्या आ जाएगा? यहाँ पे प्लूरल आ जाएगा. तो one of his sons is a teacher. Go for 13th and 14th. जल्दी से बता दो. Amazing stories are an interesting book. अब ये शायद बुक का नाम है, तो बुक का नाम है चाहे स्टोरीज है. Amazing stories is an interesting book. Good. This is my son's in law house. ये मैंने पहले कराया था भी डेजिग्नेशन बेस्ड पे. क्या आएगा? This is my son in law house. क्या आएगा इसमें? 14th में क्या गलती है? अब इसमें सिंपल आएगा son in law's house. That's it. ठीक है, good. I think Balaji and all did right. Balaji is right. Rahul is right. Laws नहीं होगा. Laws already plural नहीं है ना. Law बोलते हो आप लोग. तो जब law बोलते हो तो पीछे लगेगा apostrophe. Yes, ये पहले ही बताया था. ठीक है. Aditya is also right. Great. Now, are you ready for last spotting errors, or we could go for the next topic? Tell me fast. दो टॉपिक्स, एक जेनरिक आइडिया लेते जाओ, उसके बाद जो जो आपको क्वेश्चंस आएंगे इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. नाउन्स के बेस पे सेंटेंस कंप्लीशन बहुत कम है. इट्स रेयरेस्ट टू द रेयर, राइट? Spotting errors. How many of you are up for the spotting errors? Want to do? Chalo. Great. Let me show you. और भी exercises हैं. The third exercise is also there. When you download documentation, do not forget to solve it out. You have the answers at the back. This is why I have kept it out कि आप answers back में खुद ही कर सकते हो, right? Fifth one is also there. So 3, 4, 5 exercises are there. Please solve it on your own. Now we are going to do 7 spotting errors for these. Find the spotting errors and justify your answer, right? So he acted not as per my advice, but somebody else. अब ये ध्यान से करना and do right. Mention complete sentences with it. Try to mention the complete sentences. Where do you think is a mistake? Let me give you a hint. In the very first, it's just apostrophe s mistakes. Very good. Balaji is right. Rahul is right. So somebody else's house. Good. So there the mistake lied in the C portion. Very nice. So that is why when we covered the nouns, apostrophe and every criteria, we tried to cover. So this is this one, designation. Pakistan's problems are also as serious as that of India. क्या आएगा इसमें? That of India's. Very good. Balaji is right. तो इसमें अगर प्रॉब्लम की बात हो रही है ना तो that of India's आएगा. तो पीछे apostrophe. D portion is the mistake one. Clear? Go for the third one now. When I reached at the gate of his house, I found his looking up at the gate. क्या आएगा इसमें? अरे प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पाकिस्तान नहीं आएगा. प्रॉब्लम्स ही होती है. पाकिस्तान प्रॉब्लम्स आर, प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ आर लग गया ना. क्या आएगा इसमें गलती? मुझे साथ में बताओ किस टॉपिक में किस पोर्शन में गलती है और क्या गलती है. You have to mention me the place also. What is the problem in that sentence? I found him. C में गलती है, इसमें his नहीं आना था, him आना था. So I think most of you are right. First started Balaji is right in it. Great. Balaji, Rahul, all Rahul. Okay, great. Go for the third one now. When I reached at the gate of his house, this we have done it out. Sorry. Many of the question appeared in this question paper are too difficult. Many of the question appeared in this question paper are too difficult. क्या आएगा? ये तो वही हो गया, वन ऑफ के साथ आ गया, उस तरह से मेनी ऑफ के साथ क्या आ जाएगा? क्वेश्चंस आ जाएगा. तो ए पार्ट में गलती है. ठीक है. गो फॉर द फिफ्थ वन. आई विजिटेड राम्स एंड सीताज हाउस एंड फाउंड द कपल मिसिंग. क्या आएगा? I visited Ram's and Sita's house and found the couple missing. अब मैंने दो चीजें बोला था, दो अपॉस्ट्रोफी इकट्ठे नहीं आते. गुड, रजनीकांत इज राइट इन इट. हियर इट वोंट बी राम्स, इट वुड बी राम एंड सीता's हाउस. तो दैट्स अ कलेक्टिव वन, राइट? हाउस ऑफ राम एंड सीता, दैट कैन बी अनदर वन. प्रॉब्लम आपकी इसी में आएगी, बी वाले में. यू कैन टॉक इट आउट लाइक दैट, बट किसी की रेफरेंस कर रहे हो, दो बार अपॉस्ट्रोफी कभी यूज नहीं होगा. नेवर टू अपॉस्ट्रोफी इन टू थिंग्स, राइट? Next, all the girl students are advised to attend the meeting positively. Sixth one. Girl student, very good. All the girl students are to attend the meeting. Nice. She gave me two important informations I had been waiting for the last 2 months. क्या आएगा इसमें? Seventh. अभी हमने किया था, किस चीज में है? इंफॉर्मेशन, न्यूज, टू इंपॉर्टेंट पीसेस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, टू पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? तो यहाँ पे गलती क्या आ गई? बी में आ गई, राइट? सो इट इज नॉट इंफॉर्मेशन, it is the piece of information that you have been given to us, right? So here will be two important pieces of information. Pieces of information will be the answer, right? Go for the next one now. Seven more, eight more are there. The English teacher gave him a homework to complete that by night positively. क्या आएगा? Yeah, but the questions which we are doing right now, that would be there. So yes, it will be uploaded on the parallel also later on, right? क्या आएगा एट वाले में? इंग्लिश टीचर नहीं आएगा इसमें. दैट इज, क्या आएगा? और टीचर ऑफ इंग्लिश नहीं, द टीचर तुमने स्पेसिफिक कर दिया, तो उसमें आर्टिकल की तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ये ठीक है, बिकॉज यू आर ओनली मेंशनिंग द आर्टिकल. स्पेसिफिक कर रहे हो, स्पेसिफिक में क्या गलती है? द इंग्लिश टीचर गेव हिम अ होमवर्क टू कंप्लीट दैट बाय नाइट पॉजिटिवली. अ गलती है यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे देखो, अ होमवर्क नहीं होता, इतना सा अ होमवर्क नहीं तुम स्पेसिफाई कर सकते. गिव हिम होमवर्क, राइट? अ होमवर्क एरर. गुड, बालाजी इज राइट. शी कुड नॉट कंप्लीट इवन द 2/3 ऑफ द बुक ओइंग टू हर बिजी शेड्यूल. क्या आएगा नाइन्थ का? व्हाट इज द नाइन्थ? ये भी इजी है, हमने किया था अभी. 2/3, वेरी गुड. तो यहाँ पे 2/3 आ जाएगा. बी इज द एरर वन. All the women teachers are agitating against the haughty attitude of the principal. Haughty attitude से मुझे एक idiom याद आ रहा है जो हमने किया था, haughty and naughty. उसका मतलब भी बता देना मुझे. पहले मुझे ये सेंटेंस सॉल्व कर दो, फिर haughty and naughty का मतलब बता दो. All the women teachers are agitating against the haughty attitude of the principal. अब ये बहुत सिंपल एरर है इसमें. पहले इसमें गलती बताओ मुझे क्या है? All the women teachers are agitating against the haughty attitude of the principal. Easy one. मतलब तो ठीक है, arrogant and naughty. By the principal नहीं, that is not an error. Women, very good. CL is right. So it is women, not woman. Woman तो singular आ गया, तो it is women आ जाएगा. Good. So A is the error one. Go for 11. He informed that he had lost a packet of the 100 rupees notes. 11th में कहाँ गलती है? इजी है ये वाला भी. 100 रुपी नोट्स होता है, रुपी नोट्स, तो रुपीज नहीं आएगा, रुपीज और नोट्स दो दो ऐसे नहीं आएंगे, ठीक है। ही हैज ऑर्डर्ड ब्रिक्स फॉर द प्रपोज शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स, क्या आएगा? 12th का आंसर क्या है? 12th पे आ जाओ जल्दी से। इसमें भी आपको बहुत सिंपल है, आप इतनी पहुंच जाओगे, यू जस्ट रीच इट आउट। बी में गलती है, पर गलती क्या है? ब्रिक्स नहीं होता, इट्स पीसेस ऑफ ब्रिक, ठीक है। पीसेस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, पीसेस ऑफ एडवाइस, उस तरह से पीसेस ऑफ ब्रिक आता है, राइट। 13th में क्या गलती है? शी हैज ऑर्डर्ड 2 डजन्स ऑफ कॉपीज ऑफ इंग्लिश बुक बाय मिस्टर गुप्ता, क्या गलती है यहाँ पे? व्हाट इज द मिस्टेक इन सेंटेंस नंबर 39? सॉरी 14th, 13th। इसमें 2 डजन, गुड, 2 डजन्स इज द राइट वन। 14th करो जल्दी से। शी यूजेस अ गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ शैम्पू सो हर हेयर्स आर ब्लैक, फास्ट, डू इट फास्ट। हेयर इज ब्लैक, वेरी गुड। हेयर के साथ क्या आएगा? इज ब्लैक आ जाएगा, तो सी इज द प्रॉब्लम। लास्ट वन, आई नो नथिंग अबाउट हर वेयर अबाउट, इजी वन। आई नो नथिंग अबाउट हर वेयर अबाउट, जल्दी से बताओ। Whereabouts, very good, so it's C1, whereabouts is the answer. So you got an idea like how, and see this is already done. So you, before I start with the verbs now, verbs are also very interesting, थोड़ा सा difficult भी होता जाएगा, but interesting to listen and understand the rules, right? One more we will do and then we will have a break. Exactly at 2 we will be having some of the break, right, for 10-15 minutes. So yeah, at 2 we will have a lunch break, 2 to 2:15 there will be a lunch break for all of you, right? So let's do one more topic. Verb बहुत छोटा होता है। Noun और articles में किसी को problem? Any problem between noun and articles? Anyone? Any problem between these two topics? See, you have a set of 8 topics. Just cover it like 2-3 topics already, so it will be easily, we will be able to finish it out. But do remember, when you download the documentation, you have to solve the questions on your own also, right? So don't forget to solve it on your own. Let's jump. डजन इज लाइक, अब डजन है, कोई भी नंबर आ जाएगा, डजन्स नहीं होगा, ठीक है। तो डजन इज इन दैट वे ओनली, 2 डजन, 3 डजन, तो डजन्स नहीं होगा इसमें, राइट। तो ये चीज है। चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट वन, वर्ब। वर्ब इज व्हेनेवर आई एम डूइंग सम काइंड ऑफ एन एक्शन। इफ आई एम वॉकिंग, राइट, if I am talking, if I am moving my hand, something like that, that is a verb. Verb is when you are in the state of action, that is termed as verb. Now, verbs have 2 categories, just for your knowledge. One is your transitive verb, another is your intransitive verb. What is the difference between transitive and intransitive verb is, like suppose if I say you out some of the sentence which needs an object. Now, if I say simple, this is a simple verb, Ramesh laughs. Laugh क्या हो गया? हंसना क्या हो गया? Verb हो गया. He has learnt whatever was taught. Learnt सीख रहा है, बता रहा है, सिखा रहा है. So that is in action. Found action, broken टूट गया, टूटना action. So this was just a thing that a verb tells or asserts something about a person or things. It is just more than one word भी हो सकता है, एक word भी हो सकता है. जैसे इसमें क्या आ जाता है? आपका एक helping verb आ जाता है, एक main verb आ जाता है. पहले तो ये चीज जो एक generic sentences में होता है. Next you have is when you talk about 2 types of verb. One is your transitive verb, another is your intransitive verb. Intransitive verb और transitive verb में difference क्या होता है? अगर मैं बोलूं she smiles, that is a sentence which is complete in itself, उसको कोई object की जरूरत नहीं है. That is termed as your intransitive verbs. Transitive is when I need some kind of an object. She opened what? The door. तो एक क्वेश्चन आ जाता है क्या का, जिसमें क्या का क्वेश्चन आता है और पीछे एक ऑब्जेक्ट की रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो उसमें क्या आ जाएंगे? ट्रांजिटिव वर्ड्स. तो when an object is required, there we go for your transitive verbs. When we do not require an object, we go for intransitive verbs. Now similarly, the girl smiles sweetly. अगर इतना भी बोले वो हंस रही है बहुत प्यार से, so that is a complete sentence. We do not need any object, it's intransitive. The boy picks, क्या pick? What does it pick? It's an incomplete one. The picks of the book, it's a transitive one. He jumped into the river, एक just action है. अगर बोलता he jumped, jumped पे भी खत्म हो जाता तो sentence would have been complete. That is termed as intransitive verb, right? There is a mistake in the sentence, or he stands still, he stands. That is also an okay. So simple thing, you have to just remember it out. For if they tell you out, fill it with transitive verbs, intransitive verbs in the sentence completion. You have to check it out. Transitive where object is needed, intransitive, sorry, transitive where object is needed, intransitive where no object is needed. यहाँ तक verb की definition transitive, intransitive. यहाँ पे किसी को कोई problem till here. Before I move to the next. Any problem till here, the meaning of transitive, intransitive, or verb. Three things before I move to the next, because some of the words then you have to rules you have to remember. जल्दी से बता दो किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है यहां तक. Clear? Aditya, Kulbro, Rajnikant, Nitin is there, Balaji, any problem? Yappan, I could not understand. It's clear or unclear? Should I repeat the meaning? Verb is action. जब भी कोई action stage में है उसे verb बोलते हैं. दो types के verb आ जाते हैं, transitive और intransitive. Transitive verbs हो जाते हैं there which require some object. I hold, क्या पकड़ रही हूं मैं? एक पेन को पकड़ रही हूं. She smiles, it's a complete sentence. We do not need an object. She smiles on whom? वो अकेली हंस रही है, that is okay. जिस sentences में, okay, the sentences which needs an object at the back, we have to go for their transitive verbs. The object, the sentences which do not need any kind of an object of at the back, that is termed as intransitive. He jumps, complete sentence, he jumps. He smiles, he laughs. These are the intransitive verbs. If I say he opened, what? He opened the book. He closed, what? He closed the door. He, you can call it out, he writes. He writes is a transitive or intransitive? Now tell me this thing. He writes. Transitive or intransitive? He writes. Anyone who can answer this thing? Ravi, Yappan, Zyal, Rajni, Aditya. Intransitive. He writes. Okay, he writes. He's writing in a writing state. So when it is completed itself, you do not need some kind of an object at the back. That is intransitive. So just remember in this category, there is no question like that. But many of the times the students have a confusion, ma'am, what is transitive, what is intransitive? Just to have a doubt clearance, I just explained you the meaning of it, right? But no question comes from transitive or intransitive. Now, some of the tips which I'm going to discuss, some of the rules, very small rules are there of the verbs. It's not a big one, small one, and then the test is there, right? So a singular verb is taken by the collective noun, which we already discussed. The committee, the council, the majority. Whenever we are talking about a collective group, we take it as here a singular one, right? Then we have, this is not required, 2 dozen. All these have been covered in the nouns one only, right? Auxiliaries are also the B ones. B hota hai auxiliary state. If they tell you to fill the sentence with the auxiliaries, that means they are trying to tell you to fill it with some of the forms. What is gerund? If they tell you fill in the blanks with the gerund, what is the meaning of a gerund? Gerund. What is the meaning of gerund? Gerund means you have to fill in the blank with the ing form. That is continuous form. If they give you a heading, fill in the blank with the gerund, that means you have to fill in the blank with the continuous or ing form. Just remember it this way. Have is always used in the perfect tenses. This we will all cover in the tense. Tense portion I've already kept. We have done the class on the panel on the tenses also. I'll take it as a separate lecture because many of the students have a doubt on tenses, and tenses also come in a good quality. Rest 8 of the forms we will discuss in parts of speech. Only tenses we will do in another class as an individual one. Okay. So here do is also in this way. Okay. Basic things now come here. What is the difference between can, could, might, or may? I'm going to tell you. Can tells your ability. You don't have to go through the sentences. Just listen very carefully. Can tells your ability. If I say I can pull the rope, that is my ability. I can pull it out. I can shout loudly. That is my ability. You will always say that is can is going to tell the ability of a person कि लोग एक person क्या कर सकता है. That is can. If I say could is a past form of can, but it is the politest form of asking someone. May से भी ज़्यादा politest form क्या होती है? Could. If I say, could you please give me your pen? That means I'm asking with a great respect. Could is the politest form of asking someone anything. That is could. May is usually for a permission. In the junior classes, you might have seen it out. May I come in, ma'am? May I go to washroom? May I go to the bed? May I sleep? You ask your permission. May I? You used to use whenever we use may. That is permission. Or second is when you are blessing someone. May God bless you. May you be blessed with the best. So may is always for the blessings or for the permission, right? Then comes might. Might is the past form of may. That is, might also is a form of asking, but in comparison of might and good is the politest form of asking someone. And might is generally used in the past tense of may. Four things clear before I ask you questions on these four, because you just need an explanation of it. If a patient asks a doctor, dash I visit the patient, what you will use? Can I visit the patient? May I visit the patient? Could I visit the patient? Or might I visit the patient? What you will use? Think about it. It's a asking format and it's a maybe politest form because you're asking a doctor. May or but it's a politest form, that is may or could is there, but if you're asking in a very polite manner you will go for could one. Good. So here let's go for this. I can cross the road. Obviously it's your ability. You will never say can I come in, because you know you can come in or not. The other person cannot decide the ability for you. So can never be in the terms of question. Can only tell your ability. I can cross the road. He can work hard. May donates permission. You may leave now. May God bless you. Or some kind of asking something, possibility. He may reach tomorrow, right? Next is may denotes a wish, already mentioned. Could is a past form plus it is a politest form of asking something, right? So even in the past tenses. Might, I told you, dissatisfaction degree plus it is a past form. You might as well as switch off the fans when you leave. So it's not required, right? So four things which were important I discussed first. Go for the next one now. Shall, should, will, would. Shall आता है only with two forms. Shall tells us when we are not sure about something. एक तो future को target करता है पहली चीज, right? Second, जिसमें हम sure नहीं है. When we are not sure about something, we use shall only with I and we. Okay, so if I say I shall go to the market, that is I am not sure if I will go to the market or not. That is just telling a kind of possibility, right? So I shall go to the market as maybe I go, maybe I don't go. Okay. If I say I will go to the market, it is I am very much sure that yes, I am going to the market. It shall rain, possibility, not sure about something. It will rain, most of the forecast or it is looking, it's already drizzling. So it will rain. So this is our first thing, shall. Second is should, shall, past form of shall is should. But second, it is basically a form of advice. If I'm advising someone, you should you should obey your parents. If I'm giving a piece of advice, you should study early morning. You should wake up early. Just a piece of advice is there, which does not have any kind of legal attention attached to it. Then we use should with it. If I use it out must, what is the difference between should and must? You must obey the traffic rules, because if you do not do, you will be penalized. You must not kill someone. You must not kill the criminal, because if you do, you will be penalized. Whenever some legal obligations are attached, you will go with must. When there is no legal obligation attached, you will go with simple. A moral advice is there, you will go with should. Can anyone tell me where we use ought? Where do we use ought? OUGHT. Where we use it out? Anyone who can tell me? Should, I told you, moral advice. Must, I told you, obligation, piece of advice. But where we use ought? No, it's not choice. Simple. I'm giving you very simple hints and just you have to learn it out. Many rules will be given, but they are very difficult to learn and retain. When we are talking about our nation, one must or you are ought to serve our nation. Whenever there is a thing about the nation, about the humankind, such words are there in the sentences, we go for ought. That's a kind of an advice, that's a moral observations, but basically attaching these words with your this situation, right? I'll give you some examples, you will get it out. Next is could is when I'm just asking the politest form of someone. If I say, could you please give me your pen? Could you please allow me to visit the patient? So when I am having the politest form of request to someone, we use could. Should is when I'm just giving a piece of advice which is moral in nature, which does not have any kind of legal obligations attached. If I say you should wake up early in the morning, if you do not wake up, what will happen? Nothing will happen, right? So that is should. Must is you must not you must follow the traffic rules, because if you do not follow the traffic rules, what is going to happen? You are going to be get some kind of a challan or something like that. Paralyzed is there. If I say you must not kill someone, because if you kill someone, you know you will be in the prison next moment. So whenever must is when there is kind of an obligation, कोई आपको पुलिस ले जाएगी, कोई प्रॉब्लम है या कोई ड्यूटी है, कोई बहुत ज्यादा ऑब्लिगेशन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, दैट इज मस्ट, और ऑर्डर आ जाता है, यू मस्ट विजिट द ऑफिस एट 9. इफ यू डोंट, मे बी दे गिव योर सैलरी इज हाफ, यू कैनॉट गिव एडवाइस यू शुड विजिट इट आउट. कभी भी शुड नहीं होता है in terms of meetings, in terms of office, in terms of some kind of rules. Rules के basis पे must, should is just a moral advice. Ought is when you are serving the nation. यहाँ तक clear? Because this thing should straight away go in your minds where we use which category. Similar way, if I call it out will or would, will is possibility. I'm telling it out. I will visit the house tomorrow. एक तो फ्यूचर को डिपिक्ट करता है, ऊपर से विल श्योरिटी को बताता है. उस तरह से वुड क्या आ गया जब हम पास्ट टेंस ऑफ विल कर रहे हैं. जस्ट द पास्ट टेंस ऑफ विल इज टर्म्ड एज वुड. सो व्हाइल डिनोटिंग फ्यूचर, दैट इज shall is there, command is there, threat is there, it is not required. Shall, will, should. I just gave you expression in the very easy format how much I could. Must और ought मैंने पहले ही बता दिया. Obligation, necessity, you ought to work hard, you ought to do better. So when it is just about a moral one and should is not there in the advice, or just nation is there, you will go for ought one, right? Used to, need और dare में क्या difference होता है? Used to हो जाता है आपकी habit के लिए, need जरूरत के लिए, dare is how dare you talk to me like that, when you are just telling someone the kind of format. Used to donates, there used to be theater here. I used to read Times daily. तो सिर्फ एक आ रहा है, कोई habit के बारे में आ गया, we use used to. Need क्या आ गया? कोई necessity. I need not to go there. Need I call him? So when there is a necessity, need is there. Dare is, the auxiliary dare is distinct from the ordinary verb dare, challenge. It is negative and interrogative. So negative sentences में dare लगता है. How dare he talks to me like that? How dare you challenge me? He dare not take a risk. So in the negative and the challenging one. Clear with this one? It's an easy one. It's not difficult one, but थोड़ा आपको revise करना है. Shall का लगेगा, should का लगेगा, can का लगेगा, could का लगेगा, will, would. These are the most important ones which are asked in the examination, which I've already mentioned. Used to पे बहुत आते हैं, need पे आते हैं, dare पे आते हैं. Everyone ready for the quiz? Verb की quiz, and then we will have a small break. It's, yeah, it can be. Used to के बाद depend करता है according to sentence. You can have it out. It's not like the infinitive verbs cannot be there, right? So I'll tell you the probations. That probations, exceptions are always there. I tell you one thing. In English, there are tons of exceptions, but in airport authority, which I've seen, is the exam gets very generic one. It's not tough one. If you get highlight of the basic things, you will be able to crack it out, right? So be everyone ready now. The quiz time. Go for the first one. I have given you a set of 6 options. How the paper is there? You have to fill in the blanks. Take your time. I'll explain it out right to you. When we turn the tap, the water dash out. Pounced, surged, wiped, scalded, plunged, or gushed. Think about it. Mention all 5 together. Sorry, 6 ones are there. All 6 together. जल्दी से कर दो. सारे 6 इकट्ठे बता दो. Interesting है. 5-6 exercises we have on it, verbs, and you will be able to learn it about it. Let's see how many of you this. Wipe कैसे हो जाता है? Wipe तो साफ करना होता है, right? So when we turn the tap, the water gushed out. बाहर आ गया बहुत तेजी के साथ, तो it's gushed out. Yeah. Food is God is a real name, or food is God is a being gluttonous? Okay, let's go with the second. The angry lady dash at me. Angry lady क्या करेगी? Lady बालाजी कभी भी pounce नहीं करेगी. Pounce, lady never pounces. It's a dog or someone. Yeah, it's called. Very good. It's called. Go for the next one. The hungry cat. जो dogs में होता है, वो एक दूसरे के ऊपर pounce करते हैं. Cats or dogs and all that. झपट्टा मारना, you call it out as झपट्टा मारा उसने. तो जैसे शेर ने एक वो देख लिया, डियर को देख लिया, तो he pounced on it, right? So that is why pounce is there. After he finished the ice cream, he dashed his face. तो जब आइसक्रीम खाते हो तो क्या करते हो? फेस को क्लीन करते हो, यू क्लीन योर फेस आउट. So what you do it out is you, what will be there in the fourth one? Wiped. Yeah, you clean your face, you wipe your face, you wiped your face. The farmer dashed the fruit trees. क्या करेगा fruit trees के लिए? अब pounce खत्म हो गया, हमारा wipe हो गया, gush हो गया, scald हो गया. You're left with searched and pruned. What will be there? What will be the sentence? Tell me first. It's pruned. Pruned नहीं होता, pruned होता है. Pruned क्या होता है? जब वो कहते हैं ना उसको clean करते हैं, थोड़ी थोड़ी एक्स्ट्रा झाड़ियां सारी होती है, clean up कर देते हैं. That is pruned. We dashed everywhere but could not find the missing watch. That is already. We searched everywhere. हमने सब जगह ढूंढा पर हम नहीं मिल पाए, वो चीज हमें नहीं मिली. Right? Good one. How many of you scored? There was 6. 6 out of 6 किसी के आए? Anyone who scored this 6 out of 6? Anyone over there? None of you scored this much? For 1. Very bad. Very less. But no worries. Next is there. Scold is like किसी पे गुस्सा करना. When you are in an angry word, when you shout on someone, like that is called. 6 out of 6. Very good. 6 out of. Let's go for the next round. Okay, you have one more chance. Okay, go for this. It's easy one. You have to dash a picture. Dash an order, dash a ball, dash a thirst, dash a hair, dash a balloon. Similar way, out of 6, you have to check your scores. To dash a picture, easy one. To draw a picture, right? Next you have is to dash an order. What we do with an order? Obey an order, right? To dash a ball, ball को क्या करते हो? What do you do with the ball? Throw, right? Great, Balaji. You throw a ball. You're left with dash your thirst. What do you do with your thirst? What do you do with your thirst? Thirst ko quench. Very good. You quench your thirst. Good. To dash your hair. Hair ko kya karte ho? Comb karte ho. Very easy. Comb your hair. To dash a balloon. Balloon ko kya karoge? You will burst a balloon, right? So one another rule you have to remember, whenever there is a to with these sentences, there will never be ing form. To के साथ ing कभी भी नहीं आता है. We never use to and ing together. Together they are never used. One more thing, right? Yeah, just 2-3 quiz more and then it's a break. Okay, just 2 minutes more. Go for this one also. Change each of the sentence the past verb and then use past verbs to complete the sentences. पहले तो इसको कर देते हैं जैसे delighted हो गया, barked हो गया, started हो गया, defeated हो गया, thanked हो गया, walked हो गया. मैंने इतना कर दिया. The hard work which I did. Now you have to fill these words in sentences. I'd ask the teacher for helping me throughout the year. What you will do? जल्दी से कर लो, verb खत्म हो जाएगा हमारा. I thanked. Thank करते हो, delighted नहीं करते हो भाई. Thank the teacher. Okay. Next, the dog dashed loudly at the stranger. Dog stranger पे क्या करेगा? Bark करेगा. ठीक है. So barked आ जाएगा. The football team dashed the other team 10 goals to 3. क्या करेगी football team? Defeated. Started नहीं होगा भाई. Defeated होगा. ठीक है. चलो. Next. I was dashed when I was told I had won the prize. When you will won the prize, what you will do? You will be delighted. Very good. You will be delighted. Very good. Next, we dashed over 3 kilometers to the nearest house. We started or walked? We walked. Good. And last is it started on time. चलो. इसमें 6 out of 6 आए किसी के? एक और exercise कर लो फटाफट से. 2 exercises और है. के घर पे कर लोगे? 4 is there. You have 5 is there and 6 is there. इसमें बहुत exercises है. I've given it till 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 exercises है. Anyone more exercises bond or a break time? चलो good. और कोई exercise करनी हो? Let's have a break. Tell me fast. 5 out of 6 out of 6. No worries, it's not a bad one. Break? चलो ठीक है. we are to come back with the break, and maybe we can do after that one, and then we will start with the next one. And this is prepositions, the most important one. We are to do all the rules on prepositions, and I'm going to tell you some very important prepositions. Then a quiz will be there. Okay. So food is first. Okay. So let's have a break of 15 minutes. It's not tough. It will be easier for you, right? So we will meet at near about, it's already 2:05 is there. By 2:15 to 2:20, we are going to be back, right? So, chalo, let's meet after 15 minutes. So, have a break. Take care. Okay, so yeah, everyone, am I audible, guys? All of you, am I audible now? Yeah, how many of you are back now? Okay, great. So you had your lunch, all of you? Balaji, optimistic bro, haven't even sold it out, right? Great. So even back with the fresh souls. Great. So let's start with this one, last test, and then we are going to move to the next topic, that is your prepositions. 12 itself. Wow, Balaji is the best one. Okay. So Krishna, right. Chalo, let's start with it. All are back. So you have to do one last exercises on verb, and then we are going to start with the next topic, that is your preposition one. Okay. So that we are going to do the next. Take your 1 minute and solve this set out. First is mom and dad dash on their way. Is or are? Easy one. Mom and dad dash on their way. What will be the answer? Whenever there is whenever there is and is there, you will always go for two singulars are there and an and is there, you will have plural verb with it. So are is an answer. Okay. Next comes is here dash the bride and groom. Here dash, here come the bride and groom or here comes the bride and groom. What will be there? Comes. Very good. Yeah, comes is the right one. Sarah and Joe, similar way, they dash going away today. Is going or are going? Sarah and Joe, is going or are going? Are, right? Easy one. Okay. The parents and teachers dash every month. Meet या meets? Meet आएगा कि meets आएगा? Meet every month. Good. So it's meet. Jack and Freya dash very hard. Works very hard or work very hard? What will be there? Works very hard or work very hard? No, it will be work very hard. Works तो singular के साथ लगता है. एक person होता तो works लगता. दो person है तो work लगेगा. Easy one, right? Last one. There is where Ned and Max dash to meet me. This is where Ned and Max dash to meet me. Word to meet me. Okay, so here it will be word to meet me. Great. So this was the last exercises. You can solve the previous ones as I've already showed you out. बहुत exercises हैं, answers भी हैं. When you will download this PDF, you have to solve all these exercises and you will have the best of sentence completion in it, right? Now comes the next of our very important topic. Be it is a fresh one. Before teacher because Zol, I could not understand. You're asking one. PDF is there, last one also. On the panel also it is there, and even if it is there, I told you. There is one, you just mention it out. The executive number is there. You can WhatsApp that person and the person will provide you the PDF, right? This is Krishna, it depends on the sentence. Like we cannot have it because there's number of exceptions also. Like if you can give a sentence, I can help you in the clearing it better. We will be doing conjunctions also. It will be simple for you. Conjunctions के basis पे learn करना easy हो जाता है. And है, दो चीजें हैं. सिर्फ एक and में आता है singular, अगर याद है. मैं आपको दो options देती हूँ. एक है Ram and Sham dash best friends. R case the director and actor dash present in the film fair. Is or are? क्या आएगा? What will be there? Is or are? Tell me two sentences. Ram and Sham dash best friends. Second है the director and actor dash present in the film fair. Director and actor इसमें आ जाएगा is आएगा. क्यों? जो डायरेक्टर है वो एक्टर भी हो सकता है. Both the designations are same. Only one the is there. If two the are there, mean to say two different persons are there. If single the is there, that means we are telling the designation of one person as two. That is why we are having is over here and are over there. Clear? Now let's start with the important one, that is your prepositions. Preposition means you are telling the position of something. Preposition. Preposition. Prepo क्या आ जाता है? Pre plus position. मतलब you are to tell the position of something. Up, above, in, on, at. कहीं पे भी आ जाती है. That is the position. I am standing in the room, right? So in is my position and at. तो जो भी चीजें हमें position को denote करते हैं, we call it as prepositions. Let's start with a very easy one now. Very first is you have to just tell the place. You are telling the position of a noun or a pronoun or any subject, that is termed as your preposition. The basic definition. Now, what are the rules which are being relating to prepositions? Here we have a preposition cannot be followed by a verb. I would like to move now. He used to smoke. Like, just tell you, let me tell you the very easy ones first. Like, just in one go, you don't have to learn the rules. Whatever I speak, you just have to listen it very carefully. Okay. So, first important, before I start with this one, you just have to start with the important prepositions. First, be clear what are the important prepositions. Then we will go with the basic rules. Positioning आ जाएगी. पहले आ जाता है आपका at, in और on. I've already told it several times. Difference between at, in and on. At tells the specific location. When I'm talking about something that is very, very specific, I go for at. Okay. If I say in means when I am telling about something that is not at all specific. बहुत ज़्यादा है ratio, we call in. When we have a huge gap in something, right? That is in. On comes as a mediator between the two. Let me give you one example. If I say we live dash 21st century. 21st century बहुत बड़ी है. It's a huge gap is there. We will say it out. We live in 21st century, right? अगर मैं बोलूं एशिया में है, we all live dash Asia. What will be there? We all live in Asia. Asia is very big. We live dash India. India very huge. We live in India. In Chandigarh. The big is there. I'll meet you dash. I will meet you dash Chandigarh dash Monday dash 5 p.m. मुझे बता दो इसका आंसर. डैश चंडीगढ़ आ गया पहला, डैश मंडे आ गया और डैश 5 p.m. आ गया. What will be there? अब उसी रेशो में मार्क करो something that is giving us huge, small and particular. Easy for you. चंडीगढ़ बहुत बड़ा है, इन आ गया. Monday is a long day but less than Chandigarh, right? तो क्या आ गया? On आ गया. And 5 p.m. क्या आ गया? Abrupt, exact time आ गया. So obviously something that is very much exact, we go for at आ गया. Clear? So this is the basic format of remembering in, on and at. At a specific location, right? If I say it out, I'll meet you dash cafeteria, this one. What will be there? I'll meet you in Chandigarh dash location. I'm telling you Delhi Cafe Heights. Give it an example. What will be you will be using with Delhi Cafe Heights? What you are going to use or CCD, anything. At, good. So that is there. और अगर मैं किसी टाइम की बात कर रही हूँ तो भी at आ जाएगा. मतलब it is just more specific you are becoming. जून का महीना, उसके साथ क्या यूज करोगे? Dash June. What you will use? Dash June. अर्थ का आ जाता है, वो यूज ऑन अर्थ बिकॉज वी आर लिविंग ऑन. इट इज अ पोजिशनिंग ऑल्सो. पहले मैं तुम लोग को मेंशन कर रही हूँ अबाउट द वेरिएशंस. ऑन इज इफ आई एम स्टैंडिंग ऑन समथिंग, आई एम लिविंग ऑन इट. एशिया के कंपैरेटिवली, सॉरी यूनिवर्स के कंपैरेटिवली ऑन मिड में आ जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाई ऑन इज देयर. रिमेंबर इट फ्रॉम दैट कैटेगरी. जून के साथ इन आ गया. उसी तरह से मीडिएटर्स हैं. अब एट आ गया, बहुत प्रिसाइज है. इन मंथ्स, ईयर, सेंचुरीज, लॉन्ग पीरियड्स. ऑन डेज हो गया या कुछ डेट्स हो गई. Similarly, let me cover one more very important with you. What is the difference between since and for? ये एक टेबल है, इसको याद से कर लेना. जैसे अगर precise time 3 noon, dinner time, bed time, sunrise, sunset moment आ गया. इसमें बहुत ज्यादा summer, winter, 90s जो भी आ गई आपकी centuries आ गई, that comes with in. On आ गया, कोई specific days हैं, कोई specific birthdays आ गए. On my birthday, on my this thing. So that is on is used, right? Tell me the difference between for, since and during. What is the difference between these two? You just have to understand the rules and rest of the portion is done, right? Since is when I am talking about some, you will say it out, where just remember it like that कि कोई भी आपको अगर मैं देती हूँ 1967 कोई मंडे, एक मैं आपको टाइम दे रही हूँ जो कि एग्जैक्ट है इन दैट नंबर, दैट वी विल कॉल इट एज सिंस. Since 1967, since Monday, इस तरह से since June, कोई एक एग्जैक्ट आ गया तो since लग गया. For कोई भी नंबर है, 12 दिन, 2 घंटे, अगर मैं बोलूं 2 days 2 nights 12 hours 2 hours कुछ भी आ गया, carrying some numeric number with it, we will go with for. अगर मैं बोलूं 10 am तो क्या आएगा? 10 am 10 am क्या आएगा? We will go for what? 10 am. She has been reading. No, at नहीं लगाना अभी. Since और for और during में क्या आएगा? 10 am. At the moment, not in the moment. I lost my control at the moment. At the very moment we say it like that. Since 10 am. मैंने बोला था अगर exact time है since लगेगा. अगर मैं बोलती 10 दिन 2 घंटे ऐसी कोई चीज मैं बोलूंगी जिसमें सिर्फ नंबर है, we will go for. ठीक है? That is the difference. That is what you have to remember it out. ये आगे आएगा. During क्या आ जाता है? If I say during the winter holidays, कोई gap आ गया, कोई huge gap है, that is during का आपका आ जाएगा. Or you will say it out. फ्रॉम आ जाता है, फ्रॉम 9 to 5. तो ये चीजें हैं जो 4 हैं जो इकट्ठे आती हैं. पहले की चीज याद रखना, सिंस और फॉर हमेशा परफेक्ट टेंसेस में आता है, कभी भी किसी और टेंस में नहीं आएगा. द टेंसेस वेयर वी यूज हैज, हैव और हैड, दे ओनली कैरी सिंस और फॉर एट अ एप्रोप्रिएट पोजीशन फॉर देम. क्लियर दिस मच? नाउ लेट्स गो विद द नेक्स्ट वन. Here we have all these things only. इसमें आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं. एट, इन और ऑन में डिफरेंस है. अब इन और इनटू में क्या डिफरेंस होता है? If I say I am standing in the room, that is why in is used. Standing or something. At a static is there. I jumped. कोई भी action work आ जाता है. I jumped into the pool आ जाएगा. So when some action verb is there, I dived dash the pool क्या आएगा? In के into. I dived dash the pool. In or into. What will be there? Into the pool. Okay. So if I say it out from one state to another, exactly. When you are moving, when you are in the state of motion, and that is why you use into with it. The cat dash jumped, the cat jumped dash the well. क्या आएगा? Into. Similar way. मतलब एक स्टेज पे आ रही है, कैट जंप कर रही है, स्विमिंग कर रही है, डाइविंग कर रहा है, कोई भी चीजें जो मोशन में आ रहा है, वी यूज इनटू फॉर दैट. स्टैटिक है, इन आ जाएगा. एट मैंने बता दिया, इन आपको ऑन बता दिया. And then comes for, since or during. These were some important ones. Let's go for the next one. You will have here on और on to का भी सेम है. On क्या आ गया? किसी चीज के ऊपर. ठीक है? On to क्या आ जाता है? मूवमेंट. पीपल क्लाइम ऑन टू देयर रूफ, ऑन टू द टेबल. मतलब एक चीज है उसके ऊपर है बट उसमें मूवमेंट है. That is termed as onto. Onto least asked है, आज तक कभी पेपर में नहीं पूछा गया. But still to give you an explanation, into और onto movement को suggest करते हैं. On at something, on days, dates, कुछ ऐसा आपका on आ जाता है. In comes with a huge gap in something, right? With और by में difference क्या आता है? With comes normally with non-living things, right? So I am writing with my pen. So that is why we use with in that cases. By comes with the living ones. I was helped by my father. I was taught by my father. So in this case, with is for instruments and by is for agents. The letter was written by Suresh with the pencil. The snake was killed by him with the stick. So that is the difference between with and by. Since, for, from मैंने पहले ही बता दिया. अब बताओ 2 o'clock है, एग्जैक्ट टाइम है, तो क्या आ गया? सिंस. मंडे एग्जैक्ट है, क्या आ गया? सिंस. अगर मैं बोलती इफ आई से यू आउट लास्ट मंडे, क्या आएगा? Last Monday. Let me give you 4-5 things and you just have to answer what will be there. First is Tuesday. Second is 1967. Third is 12 hours. Fourth is 5 p.m. Sixth is your 38 days. And then you have is one more. Okay, I think that's all. Okay. Go for all these answers together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please tell me what will be there. What will be there? In at for क्यों लगा रहे हो? Since और for लगाना है. No, in नहीं लगाना अभी. The difference is when I'm asking is either since will be there or for will be there. For or at नहीं लगाना. You only have to fill it with either since or for. what you can fill. So basically it is like, it is since Tuesday, right? 1967 एग्जैक्ट है, since 1967. 12 घंटे, कौन से 12 घंटे, वी आर नॉट अवेयर कौन से 12 घंटे. 4 आ गया और नंबर आ गया. 5 PM एग्जैक्ट सिंस आ गया. 38 डेज, कौन से 38 डेज, आई डोंट नो. तो क्या आ जाएगा इसमें, 4 आ जाएगा. So this is a generic hack just to remember it out, where we use since, where we use for, and during is during a period of time. From is 9 to 5. जब दो ड्यूरेशन दी हैं तो 9 to 5 आ जाएगा. गुड, अनूप जस्ट मेंशन द शॉर्टकट. सो दैट वाज एन इजी वे. ये जरूर याद रखना, और ये परफेक्ट टेंसेस में होता है. ठीक है. उसके बाद फ्रॉम मैंने बता दिया है. इट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट फ्रॉम. जो चीजें मैंने नहीं आपको मेंशन करी हूं, दे आर नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. यू कैन जस्ट हैव अ लुक ऑन देम. लेट मी टेल यू द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ओवर एंड अबव. ओवर और अबव में क्या डिफरेंस होता है, ये मैं पहले करा चुकी हूं. एनीवन हु कैन टेल मी. दोनों चीजों का मतलब होता है ऊपर. बोथ थिंग्स मीन एट सम हाइट फ्रॉम द ऑब्जेक्ट. बट व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ओवर एंड अबव? एनीवन हु कैन टेल मी. ओवर एंड अबव, किसी को नहीं पता? सी, बोथ द थिंग्स मीन दैट द थिंग इज ऑन द हाइट. एक चीज याद रखना, इफ आई से आई हैव अ बेड शीट, or that is over me or it's above me. Bedsheet is over me or above me? Very good. Right. This is Rahul and Rajni, good ones. So it is when there is a touch with the body. अगर body के साथ touch में है, object के साथ touch में आ रहा है, we will go with over. ठीक है. और जब touch में नहीं है तो हम कहते हैं थोड़ा ज्यादा height में आ जाता है, that is above. The book is lying over the other books or above the other books? The book is lying dash the books. या फिर आप बोल दो the abstract novel is lying over the other books, right? The helicopter, it dash my head, it moved above my head, over my head. Helicopter के लिए क्या लगाओगे? But you was used with helicopter, above my head. Basically ये दोनों options अगर इकट्ठे आते हैं, then is this thing. Otherwise, most of the times they are, you can say, used as a discrimination ones. But even if a slightest case comes, they are used together. I am telling you in that way. Okay. So similar way, below and under both means lower than. Sometimes either can be used, but under UC denotes physical touch, and below means between the things आ जाता है. He put the things below. अब वही चीज आ गई. अंडर में क्या आ गया? टच आ गया. बिलो में क्या आ गया? सिर्फ एक चीज आ जाती है जो नीचे मूवमेंट के लिए आ जाता है. प्लस ही प्लेस द लैम्प बिलो द अलमीरा. They live below us, and it is basically denoting between the gap between the things, right? Then you have your in within is not important. Ago और before में difference क्या है? Ago आता है simple. अगर मैं बोलूं I read this novel years ago, बहुत टाइम पुरानी बात कर रही हूँ, ago आ गया. Before is used when I'm talking about basically two intervals are there. This thing happened before that thing happened. If I give you very simple example, you have to correct me out. The patient died before the doctor arrived. Before the doctor arrived. अब ये दो इवेंट्स है, एक इवेंट ज्यादा पहले हुआ होगा, दूसरा इवेंट दूसरी बाद में हुआ होगा, राइट? सो व्हाट यू से over the fences, when you're crossing the fence also, you're touching it out. It's not at a very big position. Just remember it out. Over होगा जो touch हो रहा है या थोड़ा सा above the surface level, लेकिन above थोड़ी ज्यादा height पे होता है, right? Beneath is when it is about underneath and all that. Beneath is not asked. Below is basically below और under पूछा जाता है. Beneath the surface, under the surface ही होता है. उसका मतलब भी same चीज आ जाती है, right? Now tell me this time, what is the meaning of, where is this sentence wrong? ये गलत कहाँ है? What is wrong in this sentence? The patient died before the doctor arrived. What is wrong in this sentence? Yeah, because one event has happened before the other event. That means the patient had died long before the doctor arrived. So this thing happened first, this thing happened second. And that is why we use the patient had died. जो ज्यादा पुराना होता है उसके लिए पास्ट परफेक्ट, जो बाद में पुराना होता है दैट इज सिंपल पास्ट आ जाता है, राइट? सो दिस वाज हियर. ओके, यू वांट मी टू रिपीट दिस वन? लेट मी टेल यू. गो ऑन. See, below and under both means lower than in level, and sometimes either can be used, because basically what I meant to say is out ki both, if they things options comes together, they can be used, any option can come in between us. But the right usage is under usually denotes physical touch. जैसे under the pillow, pillow के touch में आती है bedsheet, bed के touch में आता है, तो अंडर बेसिकली क्या आ जाता है आपके उस तरह से. अंडर दूसरा आपका किस तरह से, आई वाज वेयरिंग स्वेटर अंडर द जैकेट, स्वेटर और जैकेट भी क्या है, टच में आ जाते हैं, सो दैट इज वाई यूज अंडर. अंडर एक आपका रैंक्स में भी आ जाता है, ही इज अंडर मी, अंडर मी नहीं बोलते, बिलो मी, बिलो मी इन द रैंक आ जाता है. ठीक है, सो पहले अंडर तो आ गया, दैट इज अबाउट, जस्ट अ सेकंड, या अंडर इज अबाउट टच वन, क्लियर. नेक्स्ट इज योर, अगर बिलो आ जाता है, डिनोट्स स्पेस बिटवीन द थिंग्स, दे लिव बिलो अस. अब वो टच में तो नहीं है, हमारे नीचे रहते हैं, घर जो है उनका हमारे नीचे है, दैट मीन्स देयर इज अ काइंड ऑफ गैप इन बिटवीन. बीनीथ द सरफेस में यही होता है. बिलो एक रैंक्स के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हो, ठीक है, रैंक के लिए भी आ जाता है. अंडर एक इनफॉर्मल वे है ऑफ स्पीकिंग, बट बिलो इज द राइट वे. beneath is always under the surface. Beneath always means when you are talking about the cat hid herself beneath the bed sheet or beneath the surface. So that is when at the very lower level you are mentioning, that is beneath one, right? So beneath is asked the least ever in the examinations, but just to cover it out the margin, what is the meaning of it? Beneath is also means below. Clear with it? Under ही आता है उसका. अभी यहां तक किसी को प्रॉब्लम? दिस वन. Till now, we have not seen much questions to be asked from this thing, but at least we should be clear. Under कहाँ है? Touch के साथ. Below है जिसमें touch नहीं है. थोड़ा सा gap prevalent है. Beneath भी आ जाता है. Below something. First, tell me any problem till this. Any problem till है? Anything other than this? Clear? Under the tree, simply you are standing inside, under this allowed. See, basic margin is under the tree, it is not out. Up below the tree is a wrong way of speaking it out. When you say it out under the tree, mean to say there is a margin, but you have some of the leaves or some of the trunks that might be falling on you or might be in the contact with it. That is why. So these are some segments that you need to remember it out. These are the exceptions which we talk about always in English, right? So next is in within. Okay, ago before I told you about two events. Beside or besides क्या होता है? Besides होता है इसके अलावा. Beside होता है when you have simply at the side of something. Like if I say she is standing beside me, मतलब मेरे साथ में खड़ी है. So she is standing beside me. Besides क्या हो जाता है? I bought jeans besides sweatshirts. So when I'm saying in addition to something, that is termed as your besides. If I generally say it out in closer or someone who is standing, yeah, bagal mein bol sakte ho, that is termed as your this one beside. Okay, so that is a difference. He was sitting beside Sarla. He has a car besides. In addition to car, he has a motorcycle also. नेक्स्ट इज बिटवीन और अमंग. बिटवीन और अमंग में डिफरेंस क्या होता है? बिटवीन होता है दो चीजों के बीच में. अमंग होता है 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ज्यादा चीजों के बीच में. इफ आई से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द टॉफीज बिटवीन राम एंड सीता, so that is you're talking about two people. If I say distribute the toffees dash 5 people, it will be among 5 people. Dash classroom, among the classmates and all that. Among और amongst में difference क्या होता है? Among is ज्यादा जाने हैं. Amongst होता है abstract चीजों में, जैसे literature में use होता है amongst हमेशा. If I say he distributed the toffees among the poor आएगा, amongst बहुत rare आता है. He distributed the toffee amongst us, but basically amongst कहाँ है? कोई literary writings में है. That Shakespeare is amongst all the authors the best ones. So when you talk about some literary mention is that you will go literature mention, go for the amongst, otherwise among is used for the group one, right? So off and off is not required. It is basically above and over. I already told you. Over is when I am telling you about some kind of a touch is there. Above means when it is at the height of something, right? Then you have over is also for the higher in rank. And if you say I prefer chai over coffee or I prefer coffee over chai, it is in comparison also we go for over only. Okay. Next is make or with, that's not required. Opposite or in front of में क्या होता है? In front होता है when the face of each other is facing. Opposite is when I am there and someone's back is there in front of me. That is opposite, right? By and before is not required. After and afterwards, that's not. But and except is not required. To and towards is important one. To hota hai. To is something. I'm going to railway station. You just mentioned. Towards is your the way. When you're in the movement stage, you're in the destination one. If I will call it out, प्लीज मूव टुवर्ड्स द वेस्ट की तरफ जाओ, प्लीज मूव टुवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट. अगर आप डायरेक्शंस किसी को इंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हो तो टुवर्ड्स आता है. अगर सिंपली यू विल से इट आउट एज to in the terms of I'm going to the railway station, I'm going to New Delhi, I'm going to something. So destination exact आ गई, to आ गया, directions देना आ गया तो towards आ गया. Amongst और amongst का example आ जाएगा, जैसे I told you the John Donne is amongst the best of the authors. So it is when I'm talking about some authors, I'm so talking about some poetic or literature thing. A Half Girlfriend is amongst the best selling books, something like that. So that is when I'm talking about some literature pieces, you will go for amongst. Among is distribution, and between is between two people. Clear? To is exact destination, towards is the directions one. Okay. So towards, I told you, indicate a movement. Please, he was coming towards me. I was going towards the west. I was going towards the east. I'm going towards this side. Something like that you can say about, right? Next, you have your across, over, along. That's not required. This thing you can just have just a reading of it. These are things which are not required much. Okay, so it is where you can omit it out, and yeah. So exactly, we can move directly towards the quiz over here, because rest of the things, they just need a generic kind of a glimpse from your side. The basic prepositions which are asked on exams, I told you. Be ready for the quiz. Now let's start with the first one. Go for this. You have some set of options where you have to choose from. The shopkeeper does not have the twice. I was looking what? Tell me fast. I was looking. क्या आएगा? I was looking for. Everyone is right. Books are often compared as a granary. Books are often compared to a granary. Good. Next, divide 12 mangoes dash 3 boys. 3 boys. No. It's compared to a granary is right one, not omitted one. Among is right one, right? Good. Divide 12 mangoes among 3 boys. Go for the next one. To reach their village, they have to change dash small train at the junction. अब चेंज है तो क्या है? मोशन में है चीज. मोशन में आएगा तो क्या आएगा? It is about motion. To reach their village, they have to change dash small train at the junction. So it is into, right? Because it's about a motion one, you will have to go for into one in that, right? Great. So next you have is Mohan will never pass his SSC examination. Dash he works hard. Dash he works hard. जो unless until ये मैंने last class में करवाए हुए हैं आपको. No, since he works hard क्या आएगा इसमें? First I told you, since आ गया, ये has वाले या have वाले या had sentences में लगता है. क्या यहाँ पे has, have, had है? नहीं है. So how can you say it out? When we have two situations, one is positive, another is negative situation, you will go for unless in that, right? So difference between unless and until is, unless is when you have two situations. One of the situation is positive, another situation is negative. You should work hard. Dash you fail, lest you fail. Something like that. When the situation based is there, you will go for unless, right? Okay. And until is when I'm talking about time. Wait here until I return. Wait here until 6 p.m. Something like that. Wait here till that. So that is time is there. So here it will be unless will be the answer. Because here never pass, negative, works hard, positive. Negative, positive, two situations are there. You will go for unless. If you live in a corrupted society, you cannot easily rise dash the prevailing corruption. क्या आएगा इसमें? 6 का. You can easily rise above. Very good. Above the prevailing corruption. आप ऊपर नहीं उठ सकते उससे. So it is above for you, right? It was the first time he had eaten a square meal dash he had left the village. उसने खा लिया था मतलब क्या है, सिचुएशन है इसमें. एंड देयर आर माइट बी टू सिचुएशंस आर देयर, आई टोल्ड यू. फिर तुम सेंस लगा रहे हो, सेंस कहां पे लगता है? सेंस और फॉर तो एलिमिनेट होने चाहिए क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग वाले में तो नहीं है. ऑल्दो नहीं आएगा, इट इज बिफोर. आई टोल्ड यू when there are two situations, he had, okay, so what is there? It was first time he had eaten, वो खा चुका था before he had left the village. Simple one. उसने पहले खाना खाया फिर वो village की तरफ चला गया. Two situations are there. One we use when two situations are there. I told you just before this that yes, you use before it. Okay. Next, they are very grateful dash your kindness. They are very grateful for your kindness. तो कोई डेस्टिनेशन आएगा है नहीं, टुवर्ड्स मूवमेंट है नहीं हमारे पास, विद नहीं लगाएंगे, इट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, वी डोंट हैव अ इंस्ट्रूमेंट और ऑब्जेक्ट, ओनली ऑप्शन लेफ्ट इज फॉर. डू इट बाय एलिमिनेशन मेथड इफ यू कैन नॉट डू इन दैट वे. His mother was 45 when she had died. Now similar way, two situations are there. One is in this way, ninth का क्या आएगा? क्या आएगा ninth का? When she died. Good. So simply a simple past is there. She was 45, she was this yesterday, इनके साथ आप died लगाते हो. There was nothing he could do dash wait. There was nothing she could do. क्या आएगा last one? Easy one, very easy. Except wait. Good. Right? So there was nothing she could do except wait. How many of you scored 10 out of 10 over here? It was a tough one. How many of you scored 10 out of 10? Prepositions are very important. You get number of words with prepositions. Do revise it like that कि कितना कितना आप कर रहे हो. ठीक है? 9, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7. Not bad. But try to be more into this thing. अभी खुद से भी solve करोगे. Answers आपके पास होंगे. You can recheck it out, right? Next you have, there might be some answers which are wrong, written in the books or something. They're always written wrong. So that is what we have discussed. You can check it out through this also. Okay. So next is conjunctions. Conjunctions, let's start it out. Short one, prepositional conjunctions बहुत easy होते हैं. After this we have covered almost. How many we have covered? Articles we have done, nouns we have done, pronouns we have, then we have done verbs. 3 we have done or 4? How many we did? 3 के 4 कर लिए, verb कर लिए और prepositions कर लिए. 4 we did, 4 left, right? So yeah, next is again the same Monday, right? So 4 easy ones are left now. Bit easy, bit moderate. Okay, let's go with the next one now. Conjunctions. Conjunctions come as a joining words. When you're talking about the joining words, that is termed as conjunctions. Like similar way, if I say coordinating conjunctions, coordinating क्या करते हैं? जैसे for, and, nor, but. कोऑर्डिनेशन कर रहे हैं दो सेंटेंसेस के बीच में, we call it out as coordinating conjunctions. If I say subordinating, मतलब एक सेंटेंस का पोर्शन दूसरे पे डिपेंडेंट है, that is subordinating conjunctions. You can just have a look, जैसे after, alter, although, as if, as long as though, before, ये unless, until, ये सारे हमारी क्या आ जाती है? conjunctions. All you have to do is you don't have to learn what is these conjunctions about. सिर्फ उनके names, either or, neither nor, both and, not only but also, no sooner than, ये सारे क्या हैं? conjunctions हैं. इसके मैं सिर्फ basic rules आपको बताऊंगी which are very important for you, right? And क्या आ गया? जब दो चीजों को combine करना है, राम and श्याम, सीता and गीता. So when two nouns or pronouns they are joined, we use and they will take a plural verb with it. But मतलब situation है, he is rich but miser, वो बहुत ज्यादा अमीर है लेकिन कंजूस है. लेकिन जब आ गया, that is but for you, right? Then you have or, mean to say you have two options. You can choose either cheese or spices. So something when you have two choices and you have to one amongst them, you will go for or. ठीक है? Nor मतलब कोई भी नहीं. Neither Ram was selected nor Sham, मतलब दोनों ही select नहीं हुए. So that is nor is used. Next you have yet. Yet हमेशा होता है कोई चीज है जो नेगेटिव में बेसिकली ये चलती है. If I say it out, he has not completed his project yet. He has yet to submit his assignment. तो कोई चीज है, ही हैज येट टू फिल हिज फॉर्म, अभी तक आ जाता है, और बेसिकली येट का यूसेज नेगेटिव में होता है, ठीक है। फॉर आई ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन यू एट द बैक ऑल्सो। सो का हमेशा होता है, सो का ज्यादातर दैट के साथ लगता है, और सो का एस के साथ भी लगता है। सो का एस के साथ उस सेंटेंसेस में लगता है, इफ आई से ही शेक्सपियर इज सो नोन एज अदर राइटर्स, सो नोन एज अदर राइटर्स, और सो दैट लगता है जब मैं रीजन बता रही हूं, ही इज सो रिच दैट ही कैन फीड द पुअर। So when I'm giving a logic and a reason, I use so and that. If I say so and as, that is for comparison, right? Next you have is your subordinating conjunction, similar way, because आ गया आपका before, although, though, ये these are not required. As if or cases, basic आ जाओ जो मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ, that is your unless until, we gave you a supposition for that. Unless is when you are having two situations, one is positive, one is negative. Until, based on your time one, whether two choices are given, you have to choose one. As if के साथ हमेशा वर लगता है, he thinks as if he were the prime minister of country. As if is based on your imagination and it is only covering plural verbs with it. As though, even if, so as to, that is not required. Correlative conjunctions, हाँ, बोथ के साथ एंड आता है, आइदर के साथ और, नाइदर के साथ नॉर, हार्डली और स्कार्सली के साथ या बेयरली के साथ हमेशा व्हेन आता है। हार्डली ही हैड लेफ्ट द रूम व्हेन द फोन रैंग, हार्डली ही हैड डन दिस व्हेन दिस थिंग हैपेंड। तो हार्डली के साथ देन नहीं आता, व्हेन आता है, ठीक है। इफ के साथ देन, नो सूनर के साथ देन, नॉट ओनली के साथ बट ऑल्सो, रेदर के साथ देन। So this is some logic one which you have to remember, because it will be helping you out in many things. बाकी एक दो एग्जांपल्स जो हमने स्पॉटिंग एरर्स में भी किया था, जब भी कोई वर्ड आईओआर के साथ एंड होता है उसमें क्या लगता है, इफ आई से सुपीरियर, जूनियर, इंफीरियर, इसके साथ दैन लगता है, क्या लगता है, ही इज सुपीरियर डैश शाम, व्हाट विल बी द आंसर, ही इज सुपीरियर डैश शाम, क्या आएगा, टू आएगा। आई प्रेफर मिल्क डैश कॉफी, क्या आएगा, आई प्रेफर मिल्क डैश कॉफी, दैन नहीं आएगा, दैन जो है आईओआर वालों के साथ नहीं आता है। सिमिलर वे, प्रेफर हो गया वर्ड या प्रेफरेबल हो गया वर्ड, इनके साथ भी टू आता है, दैन नहीं आता है, ठीक है। सो दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू रिमेंबर। ओवर तो तब आ गया ना ऑप्शन एंड, जब मैंने आपको एग्जांपल्स दिए अबव ओवर, आपके पास एमसीक्यू वो वाले हैं। अगर आपके पास एमसीक्यू आ जाते हैं, टू आ गया, दैन आ गया, अनलेस आ गया, अंटिल आ गया, तो इनमें से कंजक्शंस में से चूज करोगे। क्लियर, ये चीजें याद रखना, आपको ऑप्शंस कौन से दिए हैं, एंड यू हैव टू चूज अमंग्स्ट द ऑप्शंस। क्लियर, next you have is, now let's go with the quiz one, you will understand through the questions. It's a closed test, closed test आपके पेपर में आता है, सारा इकट्ठा फिल करो। It's a closed test, basically conjunctions come in the form of closed test in many examinations, fill in the blanks or closed test together, that can be there. CGPTDM में closed test आता है, HPCL में closed test आता है, एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी में सेंटेंस कंप्लीशन में अलग अलग सेंटेंसेस भी दे देते हैं। करो ये वाला पूरा करना, जैसे आई विल गिव यू एन आइडिया आल्सो हाउ यू नीड टू डू इट। जैसे कोई पुरानी सिचुएशन के साथ करना है आपने, ठीक है। तो इट इज सिंपली, व्हेन आई वाज यंग आई यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल अ लॉट, राइट। फिर क्या आ जाएगा, लेकिन अब क्या है, बट नाउ आई एम ओल्ड, ओके, डैश इट इज डिफिकल्ट, बट नाउ आई एम ओल्ड, तो क्या आ जाएगा, एंड इट इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी to show as much zeal as I had in my youth. Okay, though I can still do many things, still, okay, though I can still do many things, there are certain things that are beyond my reach. मतलब I just give you a hint how you need to do it out. स्पेंड, इसमें सिर्फ कंजक्शंस लगेगा, एंड और नहीं लगेगा, ठीक है। लेट मी हेल्प यू विद द इजी वन। अब ये था थोड़ा सा आइडिया के लिए किस तरह से आना है, अब करोगे खुद से, डू इट दिस वन ऑल टुगेदर ऑन योर ओन, सारा सोच के, टेक 2-3 मिनट्स, इजीली डू इट आउट, आराम से करो। कंजक्शंस क्या क्या लग सकती हैं, डैश डिड आई रीच द स्टेशन, डैश द ट्रेन लेफ्ट, आई डोंट नो डैश इट हैपेंड विद मी, I narrated the incident to my mother. She was disappointed to hear it. Dash, I was coming back to my house. I met a stranger. Dash was carrying a basket with him. I tried to talk to him. Dash, he gave no response. अब ये बहुत easy है, very very easy one. Take your time, 2-3 minutes. I want everyone to answer it out. आराम से करो ये वाला. अब ये चीज याद रखना. आई एम गिविंग यू द फर्स्ट वन. डैश आई हैड लेफ्ट रीच द स्टेशन. डैश डिड आई रीच द स्टेशन. तब वो चली गई. अभी मैंने पीछे कंजक्शन कराए थे कोरिलेटिव वाले. हार्डली, स्कार्सली, बेयरली. क्या आएगा? नो सूनर. चलो एक बार फिल करो, ये सारा इकट्ठा फिल करो. डू इट टुगेदर तो ही मुझे समझ आएगा व्हाट योर गाइज आर फिलिंग. टेक 2 minutes फ्रॉम मी. डू इट टुगेदर. Take 2-3 minutes, do it together. All the sentences together. Okay, tell me. None of you have answered it right now. जल्दी से बताओ क्या आएगा. Think about it. पहला I just help you out it. Hardly did I reach the station when the train left. क्योंकि hardly के साथ तो when आना था. इसके बाद क्या आएगा? Good. Balaji did first one right. इसके बाद क्या है? I don't know. Dash happened with me. मुझे नहीं पता मेरे साथ क्या हुआ. क्या आएगा इसमें? Try it, guys. Only then it will be done. I don't know what happened with me. Very good, Krishna. I don't know what happened with me. Dash I narrated. जब मैंने इंसिडेंट अपनी मदर को सुनाया. जब मैंने इंसिडेंट अपनी मदर को सुनाया. She was disappointed to hear it. जब, when, very good. So when I narrated the incident to my mother, she was upset. Dash I was coming to buy my house. जब मैं घर वापस आ रहा था. अब ट्रैवलिंग वाली स्टेट में क्या होता है? व्हेन इज स्टैटिक वन. जब वाइल होता है दैट इज मूवमेंट वन. जब वाइल होता है ना दैट इज रेफरिंग जब हम मूवमेंट स्टेज पे होते हैं. जैसे वाइल आई वाज यंग, जब मैं बच्चा था, जब मैं बड़ा हो गया. ओके, सो व्हेन आई वाज कमिंग बैक टू माय हाउस आई मेट अ स्ट्रेंजर. आई मेट अ स्ट्रेंजर क्या आएगा? जो कैरी कर रहा था. आई मेट अ स्ट्रेंजर हु. एग्जैक्टली. स्ट्रेंजर के साथ आगे लिविंग थिंग है. हु वाज कैरिंग अ बास्केट विद हिम. आई ट्राइड टू टॉक टू हिम लेकिन कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया. लेकिन, लेकिन के लिए क्या आएगा? बट. वेरी गुड. बट नो रिस्पॉन्स केम. सो दिस इज द वे यू डू अ क्लोज टेस्ट. गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन. अब ये खुद से सारा करो और टेल मी द मार्क्स आल्सो यू आर गेटिंग. Music is said to be the food for the soul. Dash it does it give relaxation to our mind. फर्स्ट में फिल कर देती हूँ, थोड़ा टफ है. However, it gives relaxation. ये आपको कंजक्शन जब आप वो टेबल पढ़ लोगे you will be able to get lots of words also. However, does it give relaxation to our mind? Dash helps us to forget our sorrows and worries of day-to-day life. और ये हमें हेल्प करता है सॉरोज और वरीज को खत्म करने के लिए. इट नहीं आएगा. इट इज नॉट अ कंजक्शन. इट नहीं आएगा. डैश हेल्प्स, ये रिलैक्सेशन देता है और हमें क्या करता है? हेल्प करता है सारे दुखों को भुलाने में. और आएगा. बट क्यों आएगा? लेकिन थोड़ी है. और के लिए क्या लगता है? व्हाट इज देयर फॉर और? एक तो ये इसमें हेल्प कर रहा है, दूसरा इसमें हेल्प कर रहा है. क्या आएगा? एंड. वेरी गुड. एंड हेल्प्स इट टू दिस. देयर इज नो एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ डैश वी डू नॉट फाइंड इट. देयर इज नो एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ. कोई भी ऐसा एस्पेक्ट नहीं है लाइफ का जहां पे हमें ये नहीं मिलता है. जहां पे हमें नहीं मिलता है. म्यूजिक हर जगह है. देयर इज नो एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ वेयर वी डू नॉट फाइंड इट. तुम आर्टिकल्स क्यों भर रहे हो भाई? द आर्टिकल आ जाता है. ठीक है. There is hardly any part or function dash music is not played. जहां पे म्यूजिक नहीं चलता है. Okay, I'll provide the PDF at the last. Okay, Ranjan, that will be done. When, very good. When the music is not played and dash we must enjoy it to forget our planes. तो क्या आएगा इसमें, क्या आएगा लास्ट वाले में, इसलिए हमें एंजॉय करना चाहिए. तो इसलिए के लिए क्या आ जाता है, एनीवन, एनी स्मार्ट, सोनी. So can be if you do not have any other option. So we must enjoy it. Hence we must enjoy it. So भी ठीक है. So can be considered. ठीक है. तो so भी तुम लगा सकते हो. So we must enjoy it. That is also right. ठीक है. So this was some important. Now close tests are there. तुम लोग को हमेशा close test के doubts होते हैं. तो this is the way a close test is done. Now this is having the same options and all. Now before that we go for the pronouns. Okay. सो प्रोनाउंस क्या होते हैं, नाउन्स की पोजीशन में यूज करना. इसमें सिर्फ आपको छोटी कैटेगरी है, प्रोनाउंस दे आर नॉट टू लॉन्ग. प्रोनाउंस में सिर्फ आपको कुछ चीजें याद करना है. टेल मी आई का पोजेसिव नाउन क्या होगा. पोजेसिव नाउन होते हैं, रिफ्लेक्सिव नाउन होते हैं, एंड सम काइंड ऑफ एम्फसाइजिंग प्रोनाउन. प्रोनाउन वो वर्ड्स होते हैं, द वर्ड्स व्हिच आर यूज्ड इन द प्लेस ऑफ सब्जेक्ट और अ नाउन. आई का आ गया, मी आ गया, ही का हिम आ गया, शी का हर आ गया. तो इस तरह से क्या हो जाते हैं, हमारे प्रोनाउंस होते हैं. क्लियर. तो उसमें क्या आ गया, प्रोनाउंस आर देयर. प्रोनाउंस में एक चीज याद रखनी है, फर्स्ट पर्सन कौन है, सेकंड पर्सन कौन है, थर्ड पर्सन कौन है. ओके, हु आर द फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड पर्सन. फर्स्ट पर्सन इज द वन हु इज स्पीकिंग. If I am speaking, I am the first person. I am talking to you guys. You are the second person. We are talking about someone like maybe Rita, Sita, he, she, it, anything. That comes as a third person. So person who speaks, first person. To whom we are having a conversation is second person. About what we are talking, the subject is the third person. You just have to remember first, second, and third person. Here you have to remember the three rules. Whenever if I ask you a sentence, dash, dash, and dash, went to picnic, only the rule which is important in pronouns, dash, dash, and dash, committed a crime. And you have option I, he, you. How will you place it out? How will you place it out in this? Tell me out. First sentence, second sentence. Dash, dash, and dash, went to picnic. Second is dash, dash, and dash, committed a crime. So it's very good. It's 2, 3, 1. Whenever there are generic sentences, you go for 2, 3, 1. That is you, he, and I went to picnic. But when there is a crime, when there is a punishment, whenever something bad you have done, how will you say it out like this now? Whenever you have done a mistake, what you are going to do then? Mistake के लिए क्या लगाओगे? 1, 2, 3. Very good. It will be 1, 2, 3. It will be I, you, and he committed a crime. So whenever there is a crime, whenever there is a punishment, whenever there is a fault, the person, we are the most good ones, we will admit it us at the very start. So it will be I, you, and he committed the crime. Okay. Next you have is, this is the same way. What we have to use it out. Possessive क्या हो जाता है? I का mine, plural form है, ours हो गया. You का yours हो गया. He का his हो गया. She का hers हो गया. It का it, and they का theirs. So this is something you have to remember how to do the possessive form of it, right? Then you have possessive ones. It's her book. It's my book. This is their book. This is the thing you have to remember. Next you have is your reflexive one. Reflexive is whenever we attach self with the word. I did this work myself. I myself has done it. She herself admitted her mistake. So that is reflexive pronoun when you use self with the pronouns. Okay. So similar way, I, myself, you, yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself. That is this one. Emphasizing is, this is very important, which comes in the sentences or in the blanks for you. I myself locked the door. You yourself asked for the money. Emphasizing and reflexive form both carry the form self, myself with it, right? So this is there. Indefinite pronouns are, which are, we cannot count. There is much work to be done, okay? Or nobody is present, all the birds, all of the birds. So these are the indefinite pronouns which you have to do it out. Go for the first one and you will be able to do it. Start with the first one, practice it. Here you have to check reflexive कौन से होते हैं, possessive कौन से होते हैं, emphasizing कौन से होते हैं. That's it. So tell me the first one now. Fill in the blanks with suitable reflexive pronouns. मतलब पीछे क्या लगेगा? Self लगेगा. ये याद रखना. अब करो. Is the screen not clear or it's clear to you guys? Tell me fast. Screen is clear? The questions are visible to all of you. Joyous just mentioned that the screen is not visible. Tell me fast, is the screen okay? I think everyone is able to answer it right. Okay, so Mary controlled herself. Very good. Gaurav availed. Gaurav availed dash of the opportunity. Himself. Very good. Rohit dry dash with a towel. Just write all the 10 together. Write it together. Write it together, guys. These are all easy ones. इकट्ठे लिख दो सारे. Great. Congratulations, Kumar, for your selection. Okay. Rohit Roy himself. Children don't feel shy. Help. Dash 2 biscuits. Cakes and biscuits. जल्दी से बताओ क्या क्या आंसर आएगा. आदित्य, कृष्णा, रजनी, जॉयस. Help themselves. It's themselves नहीं आएगा. Themselves आएगा. Okay, themselves is there. They were angry with dash. They were angry with dash for that silly mistake. Themselves नहीं होता, themselves होता है. Fifth का क्या आएगा? 5 to 10. इसमें भी themselves आएगा. ठीक है. इसमें the train आ गया तो क्या आएगा? Itself आएगा. We enjoyed के साथ क्या आएगा? We enjoyed. इसमें क्या आएगा? Do write the number also. I'm not even to get the numbers. We enjoyed ourselves. Very good. Ourselves आ गया. I slipped and hurt myself. Very good. She admired. She admired. Okay, food. This food is got answered every herself, and then it is your themself नहीं होता, themselves होता है. जो भी themself लिख रहे हो, they absented themselves from the court. Good one. This was an easy one, but let's go for this one now. Let's see how many are able to do the indefinite pronouns. अभी indefinite pronoun भरना है आपने. जिससे I pressed the call bell several times पर कोई नहीं आया. No one answered. I'll do the first one for you, but no one answered. अब करो next. You look tired and hungry. Would you have dash to eat? Would you have dash to eat? What will be the answer? Would you have something to eat? Good. Would you have something to eat? If there is dash you want, please let me know. If there is, what will be there? Zal, you're a reflexive pronoun पे अभी. You're still reflexive. If there is, what will be the answer of this one? Third का answer क्या आएगा? If there is anything you want, please let me know. Dash saw him entering the minister's house. क्या आएगा fourth का? What will be the answer of fourth one now? Fourth one, what will be the answer? Someone, everyone ठीक है. Someone भी ठीक है. Everyone भी ठीक है. Okay. These facts are known to dash is nothing secret at all. These facts are known to, क्योंकि there is nothing secret, no secret at all. Everyone, good. Go for sixth one. I don't think dash has the courage to act against the principal wishes. I don't think dash has the courage to go act against. I don't think anyone, good, anyone has the courage. Could dash of you accompany me to the market? Could dash of you? क्या आएगा इसमें? 7th में. Whenever you write answers, do mention 7, 8, 9 number also with that. Yeah, anyone will be the answer. Anyone. Dash could have answered these questions. They are so easy. Anyone could have answered these questions. Or how? What will be the answer of 8? Everyone. Everyone could have answered these questions. Dash wanted to say openly. Dash openly. क्या आएगा? Dash wanted to say dash openly. Dash wanted to say dash openly. Anyone wanted to say anything openly? Somebody wanted to say something openly. Some hota hai, some is positive. Any is negative. Some always comes as a positive one, right? Last is all the doors were closed, so I heard absolutely. What will be the last one? 10th वाले का क्या आएगा? All the doors were closed. So I heard absolutely. तो मुझे कुछ भी सुनाई नहीं दिया. Nothing. Good. So I heard absolutely nothing. Clear? How many of you scored good? कितने कितने मार्क्स आए हैं 10 में से? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू स्कोर्ड? कितने था? 10 था ना? आई थिंक 10 में से कितने आए हैं? 10. ग्रेट. 8, 6. ये दोबारा प्लीज ट्राई टू डू इट दीज एक्सरसाइजेस अगेन वंस यू डाउनलोड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. डू इट ऑन योर ओन. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वंस यू प्रैक्टिस इट आउट कैसे भरना है. डिफ्लेक्सिव नाउन्स कौन से होते हैं, प्रोनाउंस कौन से होते हैं, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट कौन से होते हैं, ये चीजें पता होना चाहिए if they give you heading of such in the closed test and all, right? So anyone who can tell me the meaning of adjectives in their own slang. Adjectives and adverbs are left. Anyone who can tell me the meaning of adjectives? What do you mean by adjectives? क्या होता है adjectives? किसी चीज की प्रेज करना, किसी नाउन या प्रोनाउन या किसी भी सब्जेक्ट को जो मॉडिफाई करता है या which modifies a noun or a pronoun or a subject or tells the attribute. She is very beautiful. She's a beautiful one, right? So that is termed as additional information, right? PDF will be there. Don't worry. I'll by the end after these topics, PDF will be given to you. Don't worry. So I will provide you the PDF. I just made it for you guys only, where I will take it out. Okay. So that will be done. So adjectives are which is telling something modifiable that she's beautiful girl. Beautiful is a this. He's a clever boy. Clever आ गया. कोई भी चीज कोई भी हम उसे बोलते हैं एडजेक्टिव. विशेषण बनाना is termed as your adjective. इसमें जो चीजें आपको नोटिस करनी है which are very important, I'm telling some important things over here. पहले मुझे बताओ फार्दर, फारदेस्ट, फर्दर और फर्देस्ट में डिफरेंस क्या होता है? ये दोनों ही आते हैं जो बताते हैं फार्दर दूर, फारदेस्ट बहुत ज्यादा दूर, फर्दर ज्यादा, वही फर्देस्ट बहुत ज्यादा. लेकिन फार्दर जो होता है वो मेंशन होता है इन द टर्म्स ऑफ डिस्टेंस. इफ आई से अगर कोई डिस्टेंस में आ जाती है दैट इज टर्म्ड एज फार्दर और फारदेस्ट. जो फर्दर और फर्देस्ट आ जाता है दैट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट. एब्स्ट्रैक्ट चीजों में बोलते हैं. जैसे मैं बोलती हूँ नो फर्दर डिस्कशन इज नीडेड, राइट? तो फर्दर इसके सिवाय कोई डिस्कशन नहीं चाहिए हमें. दैट इज व्हाई वी यूज फर्दर विद इट. farther we go for the distance one. So farther is for the distance, further is for abstract nouns, information. No further information was given to us. हमें कोई information नहीं है इस चीज के बारे में, तो further आ गया. So this is the difference. This was a further point which was discussed in the discussion में आ गया. This was the farthest concession he could make. और farther कहाँ पे आ गया? Distance पे आ गया. जैसे Delhi is farther than you can talk about Chandigarh, something like that. Elder, eldest, older, oldest में difference क्या होता है? Elder and eldest comes in blood relations. If I say I have an elder sister, I am the eldest in my siblings, so that is eldest or elder. Older और oldest में क्या difference होता है? Older comes in the category where I simply say it out, जहाँ पे आप बोलते हो blood relations नहीं है. I am older than you, you are older than me, Ram is older than all the members of his class. So older कहाँ पे आ गया? जहाँ पे आपका blood relations नहीं है. एल्डर एल्डेस्ट कहां पे आ गए? जहां पे आपका ब्लड रिलेशंस है. तो इट्स अबाउट ब्लड रिलेशंस. लेट, लेटेस्ट, लेटर एंड लास्ट. लेटर होता है बाद वाला. लेटर होता है LATTE वाला होता है. जैसे मैं करूं लेटर, वो बाद में आया. ही केम लेटर देन राम, बाद में. लास्ट आ गया बिल्कुल आखिरी में. ही केम लास्ट इन द क्लास, सो दैट इज लास्ट. लेटेस्ट आ जाता है. लेटेस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है? लेटेस्ट फैशन क्या है? लेटेस्ट ट्रेंड क्या है? जो आज चल रहा है, समथिंग दैट इज इन फैशन इज टर्म्ड एज लेटेस्ट. राइट? सो समथिंग दैट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ फैशन. लेटर कहाँ पे आ जाता है? जब मैं आपको दो नेम्स दे रही हूँ और बाद वाले की बात हो रही है. Between Ram and Sham, the letter is more intelligent. When I'm giving you two names and the second name is more into discussion or something is mentioned about the second person, then we use LATTER, right? Clear with this much? इसमें किसी को problem है? Later, latest, latter and last में? लेटर लेटर वाले में, एल्डर एल्डेस्ट वाले में, या फिर आपका फर्दर फार्दर वाले में, इतने में किसी को प्रॉब्लम? एनीवन हु हैज एनी प्रॉब्लम टिल हियर? बालाजी, रजनीकांत, कृपा, आदित्य, एनी प्रॉब्लम टिल हियर? ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस क्लियर? गुड. नेक्स्ट इज योर many और much में डिफरेंस क्या होता है? Many is for countable. I have many pens, I have many clothes, something like that, something I can count. Much, knowledge, information, piece of advice, something. So something that you cannot count is much, something that you count is many. Then you have is fewer and lesser. Similar way, fewer आ जाता है जब मैं चीज को count कर सकती हूँ. There are fewer students in the class, right? So lesser amount of milk is present. Lesser कहाँ पे आ गया? Uncountable nouns के लिए. तो ये difference आ गया lesser और fewer में. Near और next में क्या आ जाता है? Near is like preposition, जैसे attached. He lives near the railway station. When we talk about physical closeness, near is more useful. Next कहाँ पे आ जाता है? जैसे time series में. When is your next class? आप near class नहीं पूछते ना, अगली class कब है? When is the next turn? When is my next turn? Something like that. तो next आ जाता है आपका अगला, जहां पे आप टाइम या किसी सीरीज की बात करते हो, टाइम के बारे में बात करते हो, सीक्वेंस की बात करते हो, यू गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट, बट जनरली यू गो फॉर नियर. सम और एनी में डिफरेंस है. सम इज पॉजिटिव. आई बॉट सम एप्पल्स फ्रॉम द मार्केट. एनी आ जाता है नेगेटिव. जैसे हम घर पे कोई, योर फादर कम्स एट होम एंड यू आस्क, हैव यू बॉट एनीथिंग फॉर मी? हैव यू बॉट एनी एप्पल फॉर मी? कुछ भी लाए हो मेरे लिए? हैव यू बॉट एनीथिंग फॉर मी? तो एनी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट्स नेगेटिव, some contributes positive, right? Next you have is each, every, either, neither. Each होता है हर किसी को. Every comes in the each is when I'm saying each student wins the prize, okay? और every हो जाता है हर एक. In auditorium every seat was occupied, तो every आ गया. Either आ गया इन दोनों में से एक. Either राम और श्याम, तो either राम और श्याम मतलब इनमें से एक जाने ने जीता है. Neither में दोनों ने ही नहीं जीता, तो that is neither is there. लिटिल, अ लिटिल और द लिटिल में क्या डिफरेंस होता है? इफ आई से, ये मुझे बताओ, ये ग्लास है, दिस इज एम्प्टी, राइट? सो देयर इज लिटिल वाटर, अ लिटिल वाटर के द लिटिल वाटर. पहले ये बताओ, व्हाट इज डैश वाटर इन द ग्लास? लिटिल, अ लिटिल के द लिटिल. टेल मी फास्ट, क्या आएगा? लिटिल. लिटिल का मतलब होता है जीरो, ठीक है? तो इसमें क्या आ जाएगा? लिटिल मीन्स खाली, जीरो इज देयर. A little मतलब होता है positive, the little होता है whole. If I say there is no water in the glass, I will say there is little water in the glass. If I say glass में थोड़ा पानी होता, तो मैं बोलती there is a little water in the glass. If I say जितना भी पानी था ग्लास में मैंने सारा पी लिया, so that is the little water which was present in the glass, I drank all. So that is the difference between a little, the little and little. Okay. Similar way, difference between few और few and the few. few का मतलब क्या होता है? अगर मैं बोलूं क्लास खाली है, there are no students in the class, so मतलब few मतलब zero, a few मतलब positive, the few मतलब whole. If I say there are few, क्लास खाली है तो हो गया there are few students in the class. अगर मैं बोलूं क्लास में 4-5 बच्चे हैं, there are a few students in the class. अगर मैं बोलूं जितने भी बच्चे प्रेजेंट है, the amount of students present in the class, they belong to Punjab, they belong to Himachal, मतलब द फ्यू आ जाएगा. ठीक है? सो लेट मी आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन. देयर इज डैश होप ऑफ हिज सर्वाइवल, द डॉक्टर एक्सप्रेस्ड विद ग्रीफ. क्या आंसर आएगा? देयर इज डैश होप ऑफ हिज सर्वाइवल, द डॉक्टर एक्सप्रेस्ड विद ग्रीफ. What will be the answer? फ्यू तो आ नहीं सकता, फ्यू तो काउंटेबल के लिए होता है. लिटिल, अ लिटिल या द लिटिल में से आएगा. पहले तो ये चीज देखो, फ्यू काउंटेबल होता है, होप को आप काउंट नहीं कर सकते हो. उसके बाद मैंने बोला था, डॉक्टर ने बहुत दुख मन से बोला कि डैश होप ऑफ हिज सर्वाइवल, तो क्या आ जाएगा, द डॉक्टर एक्सप्रेस्ड विद ग्रीफ, है ना, ग्रीफ मतलब दुख के साथ, तो बोलेगा देयर इज लिटिल होप ऑफ हिज सर्वाइवल, ठीक है। सो दैट इज लिटिल मतलब जीरो होप है। अ लिटिल होती तो डॉक्टर खुशी खुशी बोलता भाई कि बचने के चांसेस है, अब तो वो दुख मन से बोल रहा है कि नहीं है चांसेस, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट आ गया आपका होल और ऑल, दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। फर्स्ट और फॉरमोस्ट होता है, फर्स्ट वी टॉक अबाउट फर्स्ट पोजीशन, फॉरमोस्ट something that is very very important, that I call it as a foremost. Indira Gandhi was a foremost position, so it is foremost means most important, best आ गया। first is just the designation one, ठीक है। उसके बाद वही चीजें हैं, ये हम कर चुके हैं, सुपीरियर इंफीरियर सीनियर जूनियर, जो भी ये वर्ड्स के साथ IOR वर्ड्स के साथ एंड होगा उसके साथ हम क्या लगाएंगे, टू लगता है, दैन नहीं लगता है, टू लगता है, राइट। इन कंपेयरिंग टू क्लासेस कंपैरेटिव फॉर्म इज यूज्ड, जैसे गुड की जगह बेटर लगेगा, ब्यूटीफुल की जगह मोर ब्यूटीफुल लगेगा। जब दो क्लासेस को कंपेयर करते हैं तो हम कंपैरेटिव डिग्री यूज करते हैं, ठीक है। उसके बाद आ जाता है प्रेफरेबल वर्ड आ गया, तो भी हम क्या यूज करते हैं, आपके टू यूज करते हैं। देन इट इज while comparing by a superlative degree the letter should be include the formal, the Amazon is the largest of all rivers, तो ये आपका जरूरी नहीं है, this is all, ये एक बार रीड कर लेना, do read on your own because generally I have spoken all this out, most important ones, whatever they are left you can just have a glance on them, okay। Let's go with the quiz one, go for this first, small cars are more economical than big what, जल्दी से बता दो इसका क्या आएगा, इजी वन, ये तो इजी है, बिग वन नहीं आएगा, बिग वंस आ जाएगा, ठीक है। गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट, आई बॉट डैश मैंगोज, मैं कुछ मैंगोज तो लाया होऊंगा ना, तो पॉजिटिव होगा। अ लिटिल नहीं, मैंने ये बोला लिटिल इज, ये याद रखो, लिटिल का मतलब होता है अनकाउंटेबल में, मैंगोज को तुम काउंट कर सकते हो, फ्यू का होता है काउंटेबल में, मतलब तुम काउंट कर सकते हो उस चीज को, ये मत भूलना, ठीक है। सम आएगा, सम भी आ सकता है, मैनी भी आ सकता है, ठीक है, मच नहीं आएगा, ये चीज याद रखना, और फ्यू भी लगा सकते हो, ठीक है। हैव यू डैश शुगर, हैव यू डैश शुगर क्या आएगा। अब मैंने बोला जब हम क्वेश्चन में नेगेटिव से पूछते हैं, जब मैंने पूछती ना घर में आए हैं पापा कि हैव यू बॉट समथिंग, क्या आएगा इसमें, हैव यू बॉट शुगर, वो नहीं भरना भाई, आप लोगों को कैसे करना है इसको, फिर डिटर्मिनर्स, डिटर्मिनर्स दिख रहा ना, डिटर्मिनर्स से भरना है। एनी शुगर, वेरी गुड, एनी शुगर इज द राइट वन। डैश नॉलेज ऑफ इंग्लिश इज एसेंशियल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, अब ये तो जरूरी है, इसमें क्या आएगा, फोर्थ वाले में क्या आएगा, व्हाट विल बी देयर इन द फोर्थ वन, सम नहीं, अ लिटिल, सम नॉलेज ऑफ इंग्लिश नहीं आता, हमेशा इसके लिए होता है अ लिटिल यूज होता है, ठीक है। चलो नेक्स्ट, क्लीन डैश फ्लोर प्रॉपरली, ये तो इजी है, फ्लोर को क्लीन कर दो प्रॉपरली, क्या आएगा इसमें, एनी शुगर है, क्योंकि जब मैं पूछते ना क्या आप हमारे लिए कुछ शुगर लाए हो, whenever we are asking something and we don't have any idea that person bought or not, हम any लगाते हैं, ठीक है। so that is why any is used, any is used in questions। clean dash floor properly, clean the floor properly, very good, हम particular floor की बात कर रहे हैं, determiner है the तो dash room is airy, क्या आएगा, dash room is airy, what will be there, दी रूम इज एरी, वेरी गुड, ये रूम बहुत ज्यादा एरी है तो हमने क्या लगा दिया, दी लगा दिया। कितने आए 6 में से, कितने कितने मार्क्स आए सबके, लेट्स गो विद द नेक्स्ट वन देन, 6 में से कितने आए हैं, व्हाट यू गॉट आउट ऑफ 6, 5, 6 नहीं आए किसी के, एनीवन हु गॉट 6, 4, 5, चलो ये करो, अब 4 करो, ये वाली एक्सरसाइज, uneasy lies dash head that wears dash crown, ये तो प्रोवर्ब है, ये नहीं गलत होना चाहिए। a few and little में डिफरेंस होता है, दोनों पॉजिटिव होते हैं, few होते हैं काउंटेबल, लाइक जैसे स्टूडेंट्स है, a few students, गिन सकते हो बच्चों को, a little hope, a little milk, गिन नहीं सकते हो इनको, that is in the stem liquid forms में आ जाता है little, या फिर uncountable, hope is uncountable, ठीक है, इस तरह से डिफरेंस है। धीरज क्लियर विद यू। नेक्स्ट चलो इसका बताओ मुझे, Uneasy lies dash head. Uneasy lies क्या आएगा जल्दी बताओ. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. ये तो स्टेटमेंट है भाई, प्रोवर्बियल स्टेटमेंट है. चलो सेकंड करो. डैश वुमेन ऑफ इंडिया आर एज ब्यूटीफुल एज डैश ऑफ यूरोप. Wears a crown. Dash women of India are beautiful as dash of Europe. ये गलती करनी थी, हमने पीछे भी किया था. इसमें कुछ नहीं आएगा कॉमन नाउन में, सारी वुमेन की नहीं आती है. दे आर एज ब्यूटीफुल एज दोज ऑफ यूरोप. ठीक है, तो इसमें आ जाएगा दोज ऑफ यूरोप, लेकिन यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. इट इज नॉट द एंटायर वुमेन कैटेगरी वी आर मेंशनिंग, बट एज अ कॉमन नाउन. ये हमने रूल में भी पढ़ा था. वी हैव ऑलरेडी रेड इट इन द रूल. डू नॉट फॉरगेट द ओल्डर वंस, प्रीवियस वंस मत भूलो. He got admission in Dash University in Dash USA. ये तो इजी है. थर्ड नंबर लिख देना, थर्ड उसके साथ फिल करो. कृष्णा रॉन्ग वन, गलती कर ली ना. यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ मैंने क्या बोला था, क्या लगेगा. यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम है, नहीं है. इन अ यूनिवर्सिटी इन द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका. डी कैसे लग जाएगा, यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम तो है नहीं. और एन कैसे लग जाएगा, यू य की साउंड है, तो य की साउंड में तो हम वैसे भी नहीं लगा सकते. ये भूल गए सारे जाने. आर्टिकल नहीं भूलने हैं जो हमने बिल्कुल स्टार्ट में किया था. ठीक है, गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन. ही स्टार्टेड लर्निंग डैश पियानो एट एज ऑफ 10. ये भी मैंने बताया था, म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स के साथ क्या लगता है. What we do with the musical instrument? Didi. Very good. Krishna answered it right. Win the piano at the age of 10. Clear? तो ये हमने लास्ट टाइम किया था कि म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है तो दी लगेगा, पर्टिकुलर एज है तो दी लगेगा. ठीक है, तो ये चीजें डू नॉट फॉरगेट, सच थिंग्स आर वेरी इजी. राइट, लेट्स गो विद द वन मोर. इकट्ठे 7 आंसर करो. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर 2 मिनट्स. सारे इकट्ठे आंसर करो, फिर लास्ट टॉपिक है हमारा. जल्दी से सारे इकट्ठे आंसर कर दो. आपके पास 4 ऑप्शन है जिसके साथ आपको आंसर करने हैं. दैट इज योर लास्ट, लेटर, लेटेस्ट और लेटर. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 जरूर लिख देना. आंसर द वर्ड्स टुगेदर ऑल ऑफ यू. लास्ट, लेटर, लेटेस्ट और लेटर, 4 ऑप्शंस है. फिल करना स्टार्ट कर दो. फिल इट फास्ट. Ranjan, Tamanna, I've not got the answers. Balaji, where is Dheeraj, Rahul, Rajni? No answers till now. 1 2 3 लिखो भाई. 1 2 3 के बिना मुझे नहीं पता चलेगा किसका आंसर कौन सा है. जल्दी बता दो. 1 2 3 4 सारे लिख दो. क्या आएगा. एट, पहले चेक कर लो आंसर्स अपने. एट लास्ट द प्रेजेंट गेव थैंक्स टू द audience. Ram came later than Sham. This is the dash technology in the field of computer science. This is the latest technology. Between and Ram and Sham, बाद वाला तो क्या आएगा, letter आएगा, LATTER. The dash of half century saw many revolutions. क्या आएगा इसमें, the letter, बाद वाला part of half century. Ram was promoted as officer at a dash date. At a later date. बाद वाली डेट पे वो प्रमोट हुआ था. लास्ट आ नहीं सकता था, नहीं तो दी होता हमारे साथ, सुपरलेटिव होता. And the dash chapter of this book, the last chapter of this book. अब बताओ कितनों के आए हैं. 7 out of 7 कितनों के आए हैं. ये तो इजी होना चाहिए था. 7 out of 7 किस किस के आए हैं. Anyone who scored? Last, letter, latest, letter, 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 last. 5 6 7. Okay, Nitin is 7, Krishna is 6, Aditya 4. Good. चलो, no worries, no bad. इससे एटलीस्ट तुम्हें आइडिया हो जाएगा कि किसमें कौन से सेंटेंसेस भरने होते हैं. राइट, क्लियर टिल दिस मच. लास्ट टॉपिक रह गया आपका, दैट इज एडवर्ब. ठीक है, लेट्स गो विद द लास्ट वन, एडवर्ब. इसके सिवाय अभी तक जो भी हमने टॉपिक्स किए हैं, a bit is clear, prepositions, conjunctions, I'll ask the questions at the end, some of them. किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम यहां तक? Any problem till here you have? Any problem to anyone? जल्दी से बताओ, किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है यहां तक किसी भी लेक्चर की किसी भी चीज में? जो जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन करोगे, लेटर एंड लेटर होता है, लेटर होता है बाद वाला. जैसे सपोज करो राम शाम के बाद आया, दैट इज बाय लेटर. अगर मैंने दो नेम्स दिए हैं, इफ आई हैव टेकन टू नेम्स, राइट, इफ आई से राम एंड श्याम, लेकिन श्याम ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट है, तो बाद वाले के लिए LATTER आ गया. दैट इज द डिफरेंस, राइट? So let's go, Ranjan, last topic and then you will get the PDF, right? So just last topic, listen adverbs very, very carefully. Tell me first, what is the meaning of adverbs? What do you mean by adverb? Anyone who can tell me? Which modifies adjective, or not an adverb, but a verb actually, qualifying a verb. If I say रोहन लाफ, रोहन हंसता है, बहुत ऊंची ऊंची, मतलब मैंने हंसने को भी बता दिया कि हंसता कैसा है. तो रोहन लाफ्स लाउडली, तो क्या आ जाएगा? जिस तरह से इफ आई टॉक अबाउट रोहन इज अ नाउन, laugh is a verb, and if I say loudly, he is, this is your adverb, which is something which is telling me out the same thing about the laugh in the modification stage. If I say he smiles shrewdly, so when I'm telling you out something, that is, you have a stage where you are just mentioning something about the person. She is very beautiful. Very comes as for the demarcation of beautiful also. So very is an adverb. So something that demarcates a verb, that is termed as an adverb. So something that mentions is he ran fast. Fast is adverb. These are very sweet mangoes. Okay. So very loudly, close to, he was sitting close. Something that is giving us a more frequent meaning, right? Yeah, that is a phrase, Nitin, if we use it out. So it's so beautiful, so elegant, just looking like a wow. It's basically not an adverb, it's just so beautiful. It comes as, so comes in this category as an adverb. Beautiful comes as a category of adjective. Elegant, so beautiful, so again comes as an adverb, right? And then it is your elegant comes as a category of adjective. Similarly, if it is like looking like a wow, the looking comes as a category of seeing, it's a verb. Like a wow, that comes as a simile. So this is a format. It's not having, now when you talk about informal slangs, they do not carry exact stuff. Okay, so that is something you have to remember. Now it's a modification now similar way. Unfortunately, certainly, fortunately. When I'm telling about some kind of a timer in this way, unfortunately, I was not able to do that. Unfortunately, I missed it out. So that is something that is telling the dilemma of a person also. That is also an adverb, right? So some important adverbs which you have to remember it out. Fairly and rather. Now I'm telling you some of the important adverbs that you need to remember. Then it is fairly is positive one. If I'm saying about Ram is fairly clever, that is equally clever. Rather comes as a negative. He is rather a bad boy. He's rather quite naughty or something like that. If I say so, fairly is a positive one and rather is a negative one. Okay. So this coffee is fairly hot. Means it is okay. This coffee is rather hot to handle, something like that. So it is rather comes in negative form. Hard and hardly. Hard is, this pen is quite hard. Mean to say it is an adjective. Hardly means shayadi. Hardly he has won any or hardly he has won any competition. Mean to say आज तक उसने कोई competition नहीं जीता है. So hardly comes कभी भी नहीं हुआ. And this hard comes as an adjective. Can anyone tell me what we use with hardly? If I give you a sentence, hardly had she left the room dash the bell rang. What will be the answer in this? Thank you, Ranjan. So we are trying to use the slangs also. When the bell rang, right? Because here we are going to use when with it, right? Not the then one. And if I say barely was there, barely के साथ क्या आएगा? What we will use with barely? What we will use with barely? when, again barely के साथ भी when आएगा. And what we use with scarcely, again with scarcely, with barely, with hardly, we will go for when at the end, right? Next it is, this is what, hardly, scarcely and barely, they will carry when with them, right? So always they will carry when with them. That is something that you need to remember. Okay. Yet and still. Yet comes as a negative one. Still means something was in a continuous state. Yet means he has yet not submitted his assignment, right? So yet comes as a negative. He has yet to fill the form of airport authority, or he has yet to fill the examination form. Still comes as he is still doing the task since morning. Abhi tak. Some is in the continuous state, that we cause as still. Okay. Next you have is your late and lately, that's not required. Now, basically in adverbs, what you need to remember is out. First, what does it mean? Second, the positioning of adverb is very, very important. And three things that you need to remember it out, right? Where the position of the adverb, because there the mistakes in spotting errors or blanks mein to nahi, but spotting errors mein, basically the problem is where they have given the wrong position to the adverbs, that you need to remember. If I say generally adverbs of manner is placed after the verb. मैनर होता है बताना. प्लेड ब्यूटिफुली, तो वर्ब के बाद आ रहा है. रोट क्विकली, रोट कैसे किया? क्विकली, तो ये बाद में आ रहा है. तो बेसिकली वर्ब के बाद आता है एडवर्ब. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट यू हैव इज प्लेस. प्लेस में क्या आ जाएगा? द मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड एडवर्ब्स ऑफ प्लेस आर अवे, एवरीवेयर, हेयर, नोवेयर, समवेयर, देयर, ये सारे आ जाते हैं. तो इसमें क्या आ जाएगा? ये जो आएगा इन दिस सेंटेंस, object plus preposition, adverb comes after the verb. Similarly, sent his wife away, sent verb था, away आ गया. Everywhere, search के बाद क्या आ गया? Everywhere. और टाइम के साथ या तो बिल्कुल स्टार्ट में होगा एडवर्ब, या बिल्कुल एंड में होगा. Eventually she came eventually. So basically this was all कि एडवर्ब्स में बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है आपके लिए. सिर्फ ये चीजें याद रखनी है कि कहाँ पे एडवर्ब की पोजिशनिंग है और कौन कौन से वर्ब्स एडवर्ब्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. सिमिलर लाइक वर्ब्स और एडवर्ब्स से बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते हैं. दे कम्स फ्रॉम द वर्ब कैटेगरी ओनली. अब करो फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स. ये वाले ब्लैंक्स फटाफट फिल कर दो. You have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 में से मार्क्स लगाने हैं हमने, और जल्दी से फिल कर दो सारे. Do it fast. We will have only 2 exercises of it. फिल कर दो मुझे. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, Rajni did first, Rahul did first. We should buy a quizy cross, rate it carefully. Next, yaad rakhna, I'm going to ask, last assignment will be a check on you, how many you have actually win it out. वो सारे इकट्ठे करने हैं, जो next last assignment है. ठीक है? Okay, we tie parcels, क्या आएगा इसमें? Parcels को neatly नहीं करोगे भाई, tightly करोगे तुम parcels को tie. तुम सारे मिला के देखा करो. We tie parcels tightly. ठीक है? ओके. नेक्स्ट, लाइट्स कैन शाइन. लाइट्स कैसे शाइन करती हैं? ग्रेसफुली, बिजीली, कैसे शाइन करेंगी? ब्राइटली. वेरी गुड. तो लाइट्स कैन शाइन ब्राइटली. अच्छा, वी शुड राइट डैश इन अवर बुक्स. हमें कैसे लिखना चाहिए हमें अपनी किताबों में? हाउ शुड अवर राइट? व्हाट शुड बी अवर राइटिंग? नीटली. वेरी गुड. नीटली इज एन आंसर. द चिल्ड्रन वर्कड डैश. बच्चों ने कैसा काम किया? ग्रेसफुली, एंगरली, केयरफुली, सॉफ्टली, बिजीली. कैसा काम किया बच्चों ने? बच्चों ने कैसा काम किया? ब्राइटली तो हमने कर लिया, वर्ड पहले ही आ गया. नीटली भी बुक्स के लिए लिख लिया है. ग्रेसफुली देखो बाकियों में ना आना हो. स्वैन कैसे स्विम करेगी? बिजीली. बिजीली इज अ राइट वर्ड. ठीक है? वी शुड राइट नीटली एंड द चिल्ड्रन वर्कड, कहाँ है? बिजीली. ठीक है? चिल्ड्रन ने बिजीली काम किया. द लायन रोड. लायन ने कैसे रोर किया था? लायन कैसे रोर करता है? ग्रेसफुली करता है. तो ग्रेसफुली रोर करेगा तो ये क्या करेगी? स्वैन क्या करेगी? स्वैन एंगरली करेगी मूव. एंगरली. गुड. चलो नेक्स्ट, वी शुड विस्पर डैश. हमें कैसे विस्पर करना चाहिए? We should whisper softly. Very good. Softly. Or a swan swims. एक ही ऑप्शन रह गया हमारा. That is gracefully. ये तो मैंने आपकी हेल्प की in doing it out, right? So I'll take the credits for it. Next one, I want you. Now listen the rules of the last one. This one. इसके rules ये हैं. All of you have to write together. No one is going to help. It's an 8 out of marks. We will check the top 3 who answers first, right? So first top 3 will be the winners of this. Now you have to write all these 8 together, not one by one. If you will write one by one together, you will be helping other people, right? So you have last 1 minute or 2 minutes maximum to solve it out. Just solve it out and write it down. Together, I mean together, and the ones who write together will be the winners. Let's see who write first to third. Like first, second, third will be the winner. Take your time, but do it very nicely so that you do not jiggle-miggle here and there. Last exercises of the day. It's the last one. Tell me. None of you answered all together till now. Jaldi se answer kar do. All together, I'm waiting for the answers. All together. Put the boxes dash. The lost pens were dashed to be found. I can find it, but I must have put it. Anyone who has not, none of you have answered it together till now. Okay, so Balaji has done it out. Let's wait for 2 more students and then I'm going to reveal the answer. So Balaji stood first in it. Great. Next, after Balaji, who's going to answer? Balaji, your score you need to mention me at last. Balaji first. Next. Still many students in the row, they are pending. Nitin did it out and Rahul. Okay. So Nitin and Rahul. Let's see, check their scores. How many are done or fine? Okay. So first is put the boxes. Simple one. Put the boxes there. Okay. The lost pens were dashed to be found. Were nowhere to be found. I can't find it, but I must have put it somewhere. Do tell me your marks after that. Okay. Let's sit right here. You have to let's sit right here. They stayed on the top deck, but I went. You can talk it out below. मैं नीचे चला गया था. When she dropped the bottle, the water spilled. It can be everywhere. Then you have, he was so angry, he stormed out. The time went outside, but I stayed inside. Now tell me, how many marks did you score? How many scored? चलो जल्दी से बता दो. All correct. Great. Rahul 5. See, if you're mentioning here and there as this, it's okay. But better is this one. Okay. If this is a confusion, it can be right because here and there it's okay one. 6 upper is good one. Good, everyone. Nice. So see, basic purpose was of helping you guys with these brief exposure of all this out. Like what are the important ones? Now let me guide you certain things before I go with the last of this lecture and last of the lines. That was all where you have revised all different parts of speech, covering the tenses, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, verbs, and adverbs. Tenses we have done in the panel. I think you have done it with Subha ma'am also. So tenses I have not revised it much, but it will be here and I'll give you the PDF, right? Last thing is, the next class will be on the vocabulary. It will be on synonyms, and one class which will be left is antonyms. So right now we have covered 3 marathons. See, basically at a time of 3-4 hours, completion of the 4 hours, we're able to do an entire topic. We have done idioms and phrases first, then we did one-word substitutions, and now it is about this. So PDF is will be provided to you. I'll just, when the class gets off, it will be attached. Okay. So specific day, yeah, I've already given the schedules. Next schedule is, I think, on 1st of December. I'm not sure about it. I've already posted a video where I've given you 5 weekly schedule. Last class will be on 12th December. So by 12th of December, we will be done. No, it's not raining in Chandigarh, I guess. I'm inside the room right now, so but I've not checked it out, right? So next class is on synonym. Vocabulary is very, very important for you. Basically 3 to 4 marks, and in CGPTDM it's half of your examination, the vocabulary based. So do not miss that class also. And recorded PDFs are already there hidden, the previous ones also, the PDFs that have been provided. Okay, so download it now. Once I over the class, I end the stream, and then the PDF will be attached in this class only. With the description, it will be attached. It will take 10 or 15 minutes maximum. It will be done. Okay. Now tell me any other problem except the PDF, any problem to anyone. Do attend the next class. It's about the synonyms. Okay. Jumbled. Okay. So we can have a class, not a marathon one. Obviously, we will have a practice class on jumbled. I've done once on the panel also. One we can do on the this session. Okay. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the class. Was it boring or was it okay? आज तो नहीं boring थी? Yeah, it's great. Thank you. And did you like the class? How was the class? And did you find it boring, interesting, or it was good? So, how was the class? We did the entire one. It was tough. No, it was not at all tough. Okay. Chalo, we'll meet in the next class, and I'll attach the PDF. Right now, only I'll tell my team. They will do that for you, that the PDF will be there. Do attend that these are the exact rules. Whatever rules we have not discussed in the class, you can have a glance of them, because I just covered the most important ones for you guys. Okay. So next will be on the synonyms. Maybe next Monday only we are going to have the class. And I think it's on 1st of December. You can check the schedule. Okay. So, okay, all the guests, guys, will meet next week for that. Keep preparing and keep learning, keep growing. So, bye bye, take care, and have a nice day.